we come, we stand on the premise of your word that, Lord, if we come and we ask, we're going to receive. If we knock, the door will be open. And if we seek you, we'll find you. And Lord, I say that if we seek after it all our heart, we'll find you. So God, you always encourages us to come just as we are. And even in our own sinfulness and our failures, our faults, God, you said if we come with a broken and a contrite spirit, you would not despise. If we come and we confess our sins to you, you are faithful and you are just to forgive us and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Because God, we recognize that we are all we have all sinned and come short of the glory of God. So there's none righteous, no, not one. But when we come and we acknowledge our inadequacy, our sinfulness, God, you can clothe us in your righteousness because Christ died so that we can be reconciled to you this morning. So Father, help us not to feel that we are strangers, we are foreigners. You have given us that access and that liberty where we can come boldly. We don't no longer need a high priest to go into the holies of the holies for us as was in the Old Testament. But God, because Jesus Christ has come, he has broken down that wall of partition that existed between us and you, and we can come to your very throne room. Isn't that amazing, Lord, that we can come? And sometimes we feel we cannot talk to God. Just like how you talk to a friend. You you'll tell your hearts and your burden sometimes to a friend because you want to get released. Help us to recognize, dear God, that we can come to you and you're ever present. You're ever present. You're all knowing. You're all wise. And we can pour out our hearts. That's what is prayer, communication with God. And Father God, this morning as we come, you said a broken and a contrite heart you will never despise. And as we come before your throne this morning, we want to lift up our nation to you, our people, the world, the peoples of the world, Lord, because we recognize, Lord, you said we are the people of your, and we are the sheep of your pasture. We can enter into your gate with thanksgiving and into your courts with praise. We can make a joyful noise unto you, Lord. So this morning, as I come, Lord, I just want to bring every parish in Grenada to you, every family, every household represented, Lord, in our nation today, Lord. Father, I pray for your peace over our homes. I pray for your blessings over our homes, Lord. I pray, Lord, for strength, for courage, especially parenting in these times is so difficult. It's so hard, but God, we pray that, Lord, as in our own simple way, what we would have learned, the values, the norms, and the things that held us together as a people, as a village, as a parish, we would pass it on to this generation, that so that this generation will be able to put their hope and their faith in God. It seems like sometimes they don't even seem to recognize who is God. And God, we have to be concerned about that. This generation now, it seems like it's just pleasure seeking and entertainment and out there into every nook and cranny of the things that of this world. But you remind us to love not the world, not the things of the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him, because all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. And these are not of God. And he said the world will pass away and the lust thereof, but he who does the will of the Lord abides forever. So help us to recognize one day we have to give a reckoning to you, and we're not too small. Once you reach the age where you know that Jesus died for you and he can save you, and you put that aside, the Bible say, how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation? And now is a day of grace where God's Spirit is moving and speaking into our hearts and lives. So I pray this morning for the youth of our nation, our young population, oh God. I pray that you would lift them up today. You would strengthen them where they have been in discouraged, Lord. You would grant courage to them today where they would have been spoken the lies of the enemy that you will be at no good, you would not amount to nothing. We reverse that in the mighty name of Jesus. And we want to speak positive things into their life. Tell them they can fulfill their role, their destiny. They can be anything they want to be. The sky is just the limit. It's just that in your mind you just have to, put away things that would have put you down, whether it was low esteem and people would have spoken things against you. We pray that you'd release the curse of the land over the lives of our people and over the lives of those who have spoken it to us, Lord, even in ignorance, Lord. We pray today that our young people would be strong. They would rise up. They are the future of tomorrow, Lord. They are our greatest resources, Lord. And we pray for strength for them. We pray for courage. Even as we look and we see what's happening in our nation, most of the crimes that is happening is among our young population, your youthful population, God. We continue to pray, Lord. For I want to pray especially today for our men. Oh God, I pray that our men would rise up and will find their role, find their purpose and their destiny in this life, Lord. They'll be in the homes where they belong with their children, with their families, Lord. Not just always be sitting on the block doing nothing, Lord. They would seek higher level of learning and education and would try to, be the best they could be. So this morning, Lord, I pray that you'd lift them up, Lord, today. You would give them strength. You would give them courage. Help them to realize that you love them so much that you give yourself for them, Lord, that they would be a different people, Lord. I pray, Lord, even in the prison where they're finding themselves, I see so many of these things are happening as I says on that, God, they are remanded. And when we look at these young, handsome men, strong, robust men, Lord, that could be, of value to our society. They could be resourceful, Lord, but where are they finding themselves? In the prison, oh God. And Lord, today I pray in the mighty name of Jesus, Lord, that you reach down and touch our men in a special way today, Lord. Even when their backs are against the walls and they say, did I really do that? Did this just happen? God, they come to the reality too late. But God, we know sin has consequences, Lord, big time. And Lord, we pray for them. Even when they get there, they will be changed. They will have an encounter with you, even in the prison wall. There's no distance with you, Lord, wherever they are today, Lord, that you just maybe one of them or two of them might hear this prayer this morning and say, oh God, in my own strength I can't do it, Lord. But God, if I look to you and I ask of you and I get the help I need, the counsel, the right direction, I stay with the right crowd. Sometimes so many of us follow the wrong crowd. And Lord, we end up in things that sometimes we never even intended to do. And I pray that persons will learn to listen to the voice of God, listen to their own self and tell themselves positive things, not only the negative vibes that sometimes we get in our society, Lord. And God, I just pray today in a special way for our men that you would lift them up. We pray for our fathers. Even though we're looking forward to Sunday where we kind of honor our fathers, I pray for our men that they will be strong and they would be the kind of persons you're calling them to be in a society, to be good role models, to be able to help their children, to be there to be good examples, Lord. And oh God, today wherever in our society men are called to, they're in leadership and other sorts like that, or men, they would be good example. They will be men of substance, integrity, standing up for what is right, teaching our younger people what it means to be faithful and have this kind of good balance in their life. We pray for our prime minister. He's a young man. We pray that you take him in his hand, his cabinet. There's a lot of young men in that cabinet today, Lord. And sometimes the youth is folly, but it's not all times. Once they set their heart to please God, because there were young men in the Bible like Josiah, like Joseph, like David, like Daniel, and they stood for what was right. So I say that in even our government and in every authority placed in our country, Lord, they would stand and they would be men of good reputation, good report. But this can only happen if they allow you, oh God, to lead and direct. We prefer wisdom, we prefer discernment, we prefer strength, and we pray for your hands over their lives so that they will rule well, do well, and be of good examples to our younger men. Our young women in the cabinet also, they will rule well and they'll be able to be good examples to our young women. So because they're looking for that kind of model, Lord. So God, today, Lord, I just want to commit our nation to you. Bless us today. Give us a blessed and productive day. Whatever our hands find to do, oh God, help us to do it with all our might, not just to please men and for the praises of men, but we know that God, you are the bigger one. You are watching and you see everything. You see the good, you see the evil, Lord. And help us, oh God, as I always pray, help us not to withhold good from others when it is in our power to do it. Many of us do it. And God, I pray that it will resonate in our hearts. Do good at all times, and good will follow you. Do good to those who are in the bottom, because one day you might be coming down and they might be going up. And Lord, we just pray today for peace. We pray that you change our hearts, change our evil ways. Sometimes we have evil ways in us and we don't want to see somebody succeed. That's not the right attitude to have. And God, we are praying that you will help us to turn, to really, really turn, and to show love and compassion, brotherhood, the good of others. You always have to seek the highest good of others. And when you do that, you will be amazed what will happen to you, Lord. To others, you will be amazed at what will happen in your life, how God could promote you, how God could take you from a nobody, as some people say, and make you somebody of substance, somebody of a good example in this nation. So, Father, have your way and let's bless us today as we go. Give us the grace and the strength that we need, those who are going through difficult situation, God. My heart cry out for those who are facing these situations with death and and all these things in our society. Lift them up today. Give them strength and give them courage, we pray. In Jesus' name I pray thanksgiving. Amen and amen.
Amen. Thank you. I know you're blessed, but everything okay? How's your field, your garden going with all that rain?
Garden?
Don't every time you plant,
I
you
didn't
the last
plant
time.
anything yet,
Wait a minute. And Thursday,
Because I
Thursday
don't
was the
put nothing
day,
on the ground, man.
and Thursday was the day that everybody was out planting.
No, no, I ain't put nothing on the earth yet, to be honest
Oh,
with you.
well, I'm way ahead of you.
But I know there's things on the ground because my husband does it.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, so it's done, but not by you.
Yeah, not by me, yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. All right, have yourself a great day.
So take care,
Okay, bye
sister.
bye.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye bye. Yeah, bless.
You gotta be careful with what you do and how you're doing it. If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself, a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it, and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissy.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissy.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
It is Tuesday, the 13th day of June. Time is really flying by. In 2 days, we'll be already half of June. It is Mental Health Tuesday. I do have a guest this morning, Mr. Carl Andel. He's the principal of Macdonald College. He'll be joining us somewhere around 8:10 to talk to us about a few things. So, like I said, Mr. Carl Andel will be in here this morning with me and the jester to talk a few things about what's going on at Macdonald College and around St. Patrick's as a whole. So it is 19 minutes past 7 o'clock. In a few ticks, I'll be heading to the Maurice Bishop International Airport to see what we have weather-wise.
With everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you. And there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear.
And this morning from the MBIA, we have Eugene Wynn telling us what the weather is going to be like. Good morning, Eugene.
Good morning to you and good morning to listeners also. Here's the weather for today, Tuesday, 13th of June. Currently appointing and experiencing fair conditions. Winds are from the east at 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.6 millibars, which is above normal and rising. The present temperature is 28.5 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 85%. Yesterday's maximum temperature recorded was 31.3 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 25.2 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there were 14.5 millimeters of rainfall recorded points in, which brings June's total to 49.8 millimeters. Let's go to the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with light to moderate isolated showers. Today's maximum temperature is expected to have 31 degrees Celsius, with winds come from the east-southeast at 14-24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas are expected to be moderate, with waves 4 to 6 feet in the waters. Tides are currently low at 6 o'clock, when we rise reach a high at 11:45 this morning, before low again at 5:30 this evening. Sunset this evening is at 32 minutes past 6, and sunrise tomorrow morning is at 17 minutes to 6. Just to recap, as a public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with light to moderate isolated showers. From the mid-office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, this is Eugene.
Thank you, Eugene, and have yourself a great day.
Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome.
If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Hey, Drumsticks, where are you? Good morning. Call in when you have a moment, if you're going to call in this morning. It is 7:22, and good morning to you.
Good morning, MCJ.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside his still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leads me in the pathway of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Drumsticks?
Hello.
That was shotgun. What is this?
That's really long.
What?
I wasn't late, so I just say the Lord is my shepherd.
Well, yes, but you didn't say this is the word from the scriptures that I'm reading this morning, so I know that is shotgun. How is Olive?
Olive is good, you know. Everybody, she's all right because she talked to us yesterday.
Okay, say hello for me when you speak to her again.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, take care now.
Yeah,
have a great
nice
day.
day.
Okay, bye-bye. When you get to know the people that call on the station here, you know when they're in a speedy mode or when they are taking their time. And I know this morning Drumstick was on the shotgun. You just spit it right out. So, good morning to you again, Drumsticks. Let me say good morning to the folks on WhatsApp. Let's say good morning to Keith Sylvan, Mac Balfon, Lennox, good morning. And while I'm here, let me say what the menu is for Velma's restaurant this morning. She has fried bakes, saltfish, fried fish, and a plantain. And the beverage for this morning is cocoa tea. For lunch, she has kuku, veggie rice, stewed chicken, fish, callaloo, potato salad. As usual, we have our local fruit juices. And for dinner, you know what's coming up, burgers and fries. So good morning to each and every one of you listening. If you're feeling in the mood for some sort of great breakfast, hit Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Mouth-watering, as she calls it. So there we go. Let me also say good morning to those of you who are listening and looking on live. Shirley Scarrett, good morning. Christine Otley, Faithlin Holly Douglas, good morning. Gemma Warwood, good morning, Gemma. Hope everything is fine with you. Baby Daddy, good morning. And as usual, he'll tell you, press the likes guy, press it. Pearl Charles, good morning. And good morning to every one of you who intend to come on the live in a little while, that we'll come back and say good morning. People like Natalia John, like Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, you know who you are. I know that you're going to be checking in soon. Let me say good morning to the Hill Street family, that's the Robinson family. Good morning to the Glean family. Good morning to Mona. Good morning to Serena and Riversali. Good morning to the Cashew Tree crew. Good morning to the Swans. I know your radio is locked in, even though you're going to the garden. That dial is there. Johnny Charles, good morning. Pat Kip James out there in Union Island, good morning. Good morning, Jester Noel. How are you? Well, where are you, Jester?
Claire, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
And good morning to the listeners of Real 91.9 and 91.5.
Okay. I'll come back to you on the good morning in a moment. Get yourself all settled in. I just have to take it as I get it with you, you know? You know I do that with you all the time. So yes. So good morning to each and every one of you who are listening. Let me say good morning again to Junior up there in St. Andrew and your brother who is listening in Canada. Good morning to Sky. Good morning to Marlon Klein. Good morning to you. I haven't seen you on the live, but I know you're coming in. You know, just when you get to know your people that are that comes on every day on the live, regardless it's mental health or it is real expressions or, well, you know your peeps and them that comes on everybody. So, you know, you take the chance and you say good morning because you know that they're going to be coming there. Isn't that right?
That's so correct.
Yeah. Like you. I know you're coming in at that time now, so I know to say good morning to you as soon as you appear here.
You're just taking me by surprise, man.
Oh, that's a good thing. Surprise is always good. Good morning to Patricia James. See, they're coming in slowly. There.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So how is it going with you?
Not bad at all. It's a new week, you know.
I was saying this morning, we're already the 13th of June.
Yes.
In 2 days, just 2 days, will be half of June.
Yeah, time is really flying, man.
Man, time has wings now, I'm telling you. It is flying for real.
Yeah, for real, you know.
Good morning, Mary, if you're listening. I don't know if just to make you tuned in to Real FM here, but good morning. Just did you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell Mary to tune in?
Actually, it was tuned in before.
Oh, okay. So her band is stuck there too.
Yes.
I like those bands that stick.
Yeah, should be tuning in and knowing what's happening. It's real.
Of course,
and
it's
that is
real.
as real as it can get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to all our listeners and viewers of Real 91.9, you know, very special good morning. Man. So Claire, what's up for this morning, man?
The sky.
No. Please, come better than that.
What's, if you are listening to hear what's up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, so you already enlightened them as to what's taking place this morning.
Well, yes, Mr. Andel, Carl Andel from Macdonald College will be speaking to us this morning, and it's going to be twofold. So, you know, Macdonald College is celebrating their 60th anniversary. I'd like to know what's going on because he told me I doesn't mind his business. So I'm going to mind it some more this morning.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be here around 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. I couldn't get him to stick at 8. So he says, I'm going to be here at 10 past 8. I said, okay. And then we're going to talk about the mental health issue of how he deals with his whole responsibility that he has in his hand. So this is what we're talking about this morning.
Mental issue, man.
Yes. Chrissy Batiste, good morning. Good morning to Adrian Watts. You know, I love my Real FM family. You know, they never miss a beat. It's like we have drums here. Boom. They're going along, they're beating along with us. Clarice, good morning. I haven't seen you in a few days. What gives, girl? I don't know if she's sick or anything. Maybe I am missing in action, but I haven't seen Clarice for a couple. So if you're down the road today, just hop in, let me see you. Let me know that you're A-okay.
Yeah.
I don't really care about her mother much, you know. She I care about, you know. I know she's going to kill me when she sees me, but that's A-okay. I could deal with that.
I saw her mother yesterday, but she didn't see me. When she's doing business, she's very serious.
Yes, she walks like a dog with a cone on the head.
She probably may wonder, where did I see her? But don't worry, I see it.
Good morning to Amanda. I'm saying good morning to Amanda Franklin.
Yeah.
I know she's always listening to Real FM also. So, you know, morning, Lorraine Henry. And I know that there are a lot of people that are listening, but they refuse to pick up that phone and dial 4420175. This is your time, you know, peeps. Yeah. Call, pick up that phone. And you know the phone don't bite out anybody's lips when you start speaking. You can call WhatsApp at 4420175.
We probably may get a lot of calls this morning, man, because so much is happening in school. But Claire, before, let me just take the opportunity to, because this week or last weekend, a lot of big sporting activities, you know. And, first of all, let me say to all the Man City fans, you know, congratulations.
You tell them congratulations last week. What did they do this week?
That's what I'm telling you. They would have won the UEFA Champions League.
When?
For the first time.
When?
Yeah, that's on Saturday in Istanbul in Turkey.
Oh, okay. I don't follow football that way.
Well, yeah. And so that make it a treble. That's 3 major titles for the season, you know. They won the EPL, the English Premier League. They won the FA Cup. The FA Cup started since 1871, Claire.
Okay.
Yeah. So they lifted that trophy for the 7th time. And on Saturday last, they clinched the title of UEFA Champions League. And that's a big title. I know Pep Guardiola, the coach, wanted that bad for them.
Is he about to retire?
No.
Oh, okay. Just asking, when they want things bad, it's because they're on the way out, you know.
They played against Inter Milan of Italy, but they were always the favorite going into that encounter.
Okay.
You know, and it has proven so, the end result. And last night, the Denver Nuggets.
They clinched?
Yeah,
Did they
yeah. They made it 4-1, you know.
Well,
And
that's
congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. First time in the franchise history of the NBA that they are lifting the NBA trophy, you know. And I thought that they played good basketball. They deserve to earn that title.
Well, yes, if they're playing, like I keep telling you, you know, and you're not getting it. See if you could get it this time.
What? What?
Get it.
Yeah.
2 teams that are playing there.
Yeah.
And both of them have to play to win.
Yeah.
So if the one that plays to win, then...
Well, yeah, well, of course.
So then stop making it seem as though they gave it to the other team.
No. It's not that.
What it is then?
What I'm saying, sometimes you see in some instances, probably, you know, I feel it's just pure hard luck. But I believe that the work they put in,
of course,
it paid dividend to them. And it must, you know, hats off to them, you know. It took them 47 years to do so. So they won that title over the Miami Heat. You know,
well,
so
congratulations to them, but they worked for the win, and I don't like when people say, oh, you know, they this, that, and the other. 2 teams are playing in any sport at all. 2 teams are playing, and the best man win.
Yeah, and the Djokovic, that lawn tennis player from Serbia, he clinched his 23rd title. You know,
He's not one of my favorite players. I'm telling you.
But,
yeah,
you must give kudos to him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he played that again. Now, there's a reason I say he's not my favorite player, because he has all kind of semantics going on when he plays things. He go in there, he change his shot, he cry, he do this, he do all kinds of things. And I'm like, be a man and just play the thing. If you're losing, you're losing. Just, you know. Unlike Nadal, when Nadal playing and he plays, if he will lose, everybody's sorry they lose, but, you know, he don't go on with all that, you know, all this drama and this kind of thing. And Djokovic could play, and I mean, he practices well, he's good. And I know he's chasing he wanting to be the man of the tennis world. And maybe he'll go because Federer has retired. Nadal is saying that he's going to retire next year. So then the competition is the game is not going to be as great for him anymore, because he doesn't have the 2 competitors that, lift him up.
In the semi-final, he was being pushed to the limit, and I think what made him really overcome the guy in the semis, I think the guy started suffering some cramps and things, you know.
Who did he play?
I think it was it Casper Ruud?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
And behind his sports, let me tell you something. I don't look at sports much anymore.
No, something is wrong with it. Sports is life.
No. Something was wrong with me. That's why I stopped. I don't mind getting the scores.
Life, man.
I don't mind getting the scores on the end. But let me tell you, when I used to really be into sports, I used to get, like me when I'm doing, I get engrossed in everything that I do. So like I lose myself. And then my team lose, I get headaches, and I'm saying to myself, well, wait a minute. You're not even getting a cent from these people and then what they're doing. When they finish, they're going to collect their whatever $1 million, and I'm here getting all this mental stress over it. So I just moved myself away from doing sports that hard. Because you can really, really get into it. And what do you think Manchester United?
Yeah.
When they lose, and so why do you think, not me that call them, the people in England call them the hooligans. Why do you think the hooligans behave like that? Because first of all, they bet a lot of money into there, and then the team lose, so they're feeling sad. So, I just give up on it. If I hear the score, fine.
The English have a kind of way of which the fans that celebrate it. They are very destructive in the process of celebrating, man.
Yes.
That's why a lot of people doesn't wish for them to win sometimes.
We have a province, Montreal.
For that said reason.
Quebec, they do the same thing over there. They win.
And the thing is, they go all over and carry out the same kind of behavior.
Well, they are fans. That's true fans. They're destructive, and they're destructive fans, and that's it. The hooligans, yes. So let me say good morning to Joycelyn Francois. Good morning to Lorna Bain, or other loyal listener. Good morning to the dates in Toronto, Arlene, Daphne, Ethan, and Olivia. Good morning to Margaret Patterson out there in Florida. I have a few people that I know listen, so I'm, checking, letting them know that I am.
Lorna is always
there. Yes, Lorna is always there. So,
yeah.
So that's what it is for now. So, Annette prayed this morning, and she spoke about youths and, their behaviors and everything like that. And I don't think we could talk about it more than we are talking about it now. There is an epidemic of badness
Yes,
going on.
It is of grave concern, if you ask me. It really is. You know, no longer we see conflicts being settled in a amicable way. I mean, the quickest thing for someone to do now is to turn to a weapon, and that is just so sad. You know what is happening. But I keep saying that the powers that be, they got to find ways and means to try and, you know, curtail this thing as much as possible, because if we do not and we allow this thing to escalate like it's happening in Trinidad and Jamaica and thing, it seriously will puncture our tourism industry, and we ought to be very much cognizant of that, you know.
Well, you put it as the tourism industry, yes, but what about us, the people that live?
Well, of course, that
us,
too.
we
Our
first,
security,
yes,
that
we
too,
are first
that
in
too.
that. Yeah, the tourist comes and all that, but if we are not safe in our own zone, I mean, it's going to be a ripple effect.
Yes, of course.
You know, this is something I'm looking to get someone to talk about this. When I find someone, we will talk about it, how it affects how youths where they're going and how it's affecting them. And we sit here, and I'm not mean here, but we sit here also, and we talk about the behavior and so, but then again, we really and truly don't know what is going on in their homes. A lot of it has to do, I spoke to a teacher not too long ago, and I'm going to get her to come on the program. And, you know, it's a lot that is going on with kids. Well, not kids, sorry, children.
I know somebody they hate to hear people refer to children as kids.
Little goats, I'm sorry. They hate to see what's going on with children around. And it's not that the child just get up and start behaving badly like that. Something is triggering of something where they are.
Yes.
Whether it's at home or at school or the friends that they have, something. Yesterday, I went to Granville for a minute to go and check on some things. And I was walking to the bus terminus to get a bus to come. And I saw 3 girls come from school with their uniform on and something. And just the obscenity that was flying out of the mouth, I think I almost tripped and fall.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And it's not like when they see you, it's like...
Oh, no, it comes out more like they're going to ask what you're looking at.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And it has become such an epidemic that your air is starting to believe that this is normal, and this cannot be normal. Because I'm sure that some of them that leaves their home in the morning with their parents and going to school, they don't display that sort of things at their homes.
And Claire, I could just see the trend of a continued breakdown in our society. That what you just made mention of is an example. The next is that as I go along and I look at the young people, you see that little 13-year-old girls and things walking, holding hands with
we couldn't
elder
do that.
guys. And,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
we couldn't do that.
You know, the thing is, Claire, when we are in school, you know, in secondary school, you may probably have a little interest.
But you're thieving chances.
Yeah.
Not blatant in the open like that. We couldn't do that.
Could I have walked the streets and holding
so
a
there is
girl hand?
no gesture, no clap.
You're crazy, you know. So, but when I see these sort of things and them happening in such a, and it's like nobody's business.
And I just say, you know, it is not the age group some of them walk with.
No, not the peer.
No, it's not a peer at all.
No.
And then you have to wonder, what are these guys thinking?
Yeah.
What are they thinking? They come, you know, it's like you're trying to take their life away from them.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't have one, and you find, well, okay, I need somebody to join me in the army of that profession. And you're hitting on, and you see it right now, the world has become such a pressurized place that children feel that they have to have what's out there. Young people feel that they have to have what's out there to make their life happy. So they do anything to get it. And that is what is dangerous.
And the thing is, for some of the men, they cannot, seems to resist these young girls and them come. And we know that maybe the foods and things they're using now, the hormones might be acting up more.
Yeah, but they're young.
That's the thing.
They are young.
You know, for example, if a young girl was to come, like, you realize she's trying to fence her, my advisor will put her sit down and make her think, well, watch. At that stage, you should be concentrating on your schoolwork, to try to develop yourself and look for your career. These would be my sort of advice, and not to try to get, but some men now, they tend to look to take advantage of situations.
Of course.
And they find themselves in real hot water.
If they are caught, you mean? If they are caught.
If they are caught.
Because not every...
Because you just never know, because some guys get caught or got caught when they wasn't expecting, because sometimes that same little girl maybe go and mention it to a friend, and then the friend spill, and then now it comes back, and they have to answer. And they find themselves in hot water.
But then you have to
so you don't want it, guys. It just for 5 minutes of pleasure with a minor.
And they are real minors. Minors.
You're willing to, to put your whole life in misery for 5 minutes of pleasure with a minor. I don't understand how they do the workout at maths class. I really don't understand.
But there's no math to work out. There's no math. If there was math to work out, they were going to think. Because sometimes I look, a few months ago, right, outside here, I'm not going to say where, I saw, a big man with a little schoolgirl, chatting her up and so, hands and money, and I'm looking. What gives here? You are sitting there as a big man. Go find your sex and size.
Yeah.
Don't prey on young girls and young children. It like you say, it's not worth it.
No,
because
really
when you get
caught,
and let me tell you, there is a thing that, as it says, things can go on for a long time. It does not go on forever.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, one of these days, you will be caught.
Yeah,
and then when you get caught, and you see like that man, Weinstein in the States, where everybody, the Me Too thing, and everybody, they found him with just one person that went and reported that he sexually assaulted them. What happened afterwards? A whole ocean opened. And he's in jail. He's sitting in jail now. Yes, because it's not only one. That's the one that opened it up.
Yeah.
And then everybody else now, because they were afraid to speak before, now they get the opportunity and everybody's coming forth and said it. There are a lot of men that interfere with little children, young children, and they're afraid to say, or maybe they're not afraid to say, but because of what you promised them. If you don't say anything, you will get more. I will give you this, I will give you that. And want, as I said, want has no end. And we always want things, but we have to learn to curb the want and do what we need. And if it's things that you need, I'm sure most of us as parents do provide what our children need.
Yeah, we make the effort.
Yes, we do.
Effort,
there are some parents that don't give a flying fig if the child have this or not or whatever. We have to expect that. But the majority of us as parents, we try our best to give our children what they need. So when these men, take advantage or try to take advantage on young children by giving them or bribing them with things that they think the children want, or you could get a iPhone, you could get a headphone, the in-ear thing, the Samsung, this, and you give them, and you're not giving them because they don't want any low brand anything. They want the brand name.
Yeah, that's that. They think that, you know what? When I look back during my school days, and I used to remember some of them, those girls and them look so neatly dressed, well put away
Socks
to come to
right
school.
up on the knee and stuff.
And I've been talking to one of them who's in the States, and Claire, despite we used to seeing some of these girls so neatly put away coming to school, when they when they told me of the struggles that they've been through, you just couldn't imagine
that this was happening while you were there, because you never see it.
And I make the point to say that a lot of children back then was with the parents taught them to be self-contented, this sort of thing.
It is, and we're just bringing the focus on mental health, but it's not something that is new. It has been there forever.
Yes.
We're just focusing on it now because we have a little more insight as to what it does to you and how it affects you in ways. So now we are talking about mental health, but believe me, each and every one of us went through some sort of it, some worse than others.
Mental strain.
Yes, and we keep talking about the children, but we have to find out where it starts to see if we can make a difference. Because let me tell you, it's not something easy that they are really going through, to be quite honest. Let us take a commercial break and we shall be right back.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Pure Grenada Excellence Champion Program promotes a legacy of excellence by investing in our people, embracing excellent service, and always providing exceptional experiences. The Carriacou training sessions were a hit. This time, we will be training right here on mainland Grenada. Training sessions begin May 15th, 2023. Register now by calling GTA Head Office 440-2279, emailing info@puregrenada.com, or visiting www.puregrenada.com/excellence champion. Remember, excellence begins with me. Excellence ends with all our we.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
And we are back. Let's see who came on live again. Stephen Francis, good morning. Well, we already said good morning to Lorna Bain, so she just sent a message saying good morning. So Jester, like I said this morning, this is Mr. Andal this morning. He's going to be here in a little bit. And we're talking about the kids and how the...
You're on kids again.
Sorry. It's kind of, sorry.
Oh,
I totally apologize. The children. Yeah. It comes naturally now, but I'm working on it. The children.
You have to work on it.
Yes. Because I know there are a lot of parents that get really, really upset for people calling their children kids. It's like, my child is not a little goat. So, and I understand that totally. So.
Yeah, some people, they seriously feel offended.
Yes, and I have no problem apologizing for that at all. So, yes. Let me say good morning to Coffee in the Morning and good morning to Mama. Coffee in the Morning and Mama is the same two people, couple.
Yeah. You said good morning to Mona already?
Of course I did. Yeah, I cannot leave out Mona. We have a call here. Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Claire.
Good morning, Kano. How are you?
How is you?
I'm good.
Kenro.
Mr. Jester, good morning.
Good morning to you, Miss Kenro.
And how is you?
I am doing fine. Thank God for that.
I just called to say good morning. I don't know. I'll just be a listener.
Oh,
how
my
lovely
God.
of that.
Kenro,
Thank you so much, Kenro.
Just hearing you alone, man.
What? Let me tell you, when we hear your voice, we starting to laugh for no reason whatsoever, you know. You know what I'm saying?
The interesting thing is,
You know what I'm saying is, we parents, I say we because I am a parent.
Yes.
We parents, we have to take a lot of blame for we children, which is boys and girls. Because for me, you don't have nothing. Well, I'm talking about my children now. You don't have nothing my girl children could do and my boy children cannot do it. Everything, every one of them could do because I teach them to do everything. And I used to say, if I did at an early age, I could make it for yourself. Learn to iron, learn to cook, learn to wash, learn to do everything. And thank God each and every one could do what after them. But parents, no. Children, I remember when I had my first boyfriend, Alanda Coco. I had to go. If a day I used to go live by my grandmother, if hear a whisper of a foot, like long time within our shoes, so when you're walking you could hear it, under the cocoa, I go in and hide. Because I know if I say not my mother oil, I get in criminal leaks. And not my grandmother, I get in criminal leaks too. So I saw to go and hide. I go in town one day. I go in Kentucky, a Friday. I won't name the school. I see 3 school girls with a uniform on them come in Kentucky. And buy with $100 today Friday. Tell me where your mother go give you that one person have that $100 today Friday. Mothers knowing the bad thing children doing, and they would not sit down with them and tell them, let me be your best friend. You see me? People might only judge the outward part of me, but the inward part is only God to judge it.
Sure.
I used to sit down with my children when they do things and murder in them. You see that welfare? That spoil the whole thing again. They telling you can beat your children. And if you beat the child, they take you to court, they take you to this. All that have a hand in spoiling children too.
Got you.
Because those what want to go on Valentine get kick up, and as you touch them, they run in the police station. Police don't ask what happened. And now police and welfare don't believe it's you are bring the child 9 months and you have to take care of the child.
Tell me about
you
it.
don't want nothing to give the child. You can't go to police or go to welfare. They don't take it, you know. And when you sit down with them, you have to tell them, make me be your best friend. My daughter used to go in Yolo, and I tell her, I say, watch, when she didn't pass common entrance, because she didn't that bright, and when I changed her in school and they put her in what class, I say, no, bring her back. Because when I look at she teaching, it was no way. I said, bring her back. I rather tell me, I say, no, because she's supposed to go in common entrance class. I say, no, bring her back down and put her down there. Well, they bring her back, so you know the time she didn't that, buck up. The time for common entrance, it passed, but that didn't matter. And when she done in the school and she going in Nyolo, I tell her, I say, well, let me tell you something, we sit down. I say, Nyolo, they say it's school children. But it's not school children, it's man and woman. What they Nyolo is man wants sex, woman wants sex. I say, I'm sending you in Nyolo to school as a child. I giving you everything what I have. Not what you want. What I have, I'm giving you to go to school. And the day I go in meeting, and they tell me in the school,
XYZ. I said, that's the last day you see that school. And you should know what you're getting in that school. Sometimes you use the threats to them. You don't really mean you go damage them. But you have to tell them something.
Course. Yes, yes.
That they're able to steer themselves. The child down in Nyulu, right? She come out good. She learn sewing. She learn seeing after baby. She come out good. She have a certificate. When I see one of the certificates, I didn't believe all is A. When she showed me the certificate. So, I'm saying that to say we parents have to be friends with we children. And we have to pound in the thing in the head as more than how we could eat and as more how we could bathe them. Every minute, every hour. But some parents don't, and in we days, anybody see us by the side of the way and they check up to us, we can stretch him out, we can see the licks in the police one. Anybody beating us.
Anybody, yes.
But
It was community
now,
child.
I remember I saw something with my eyes. Right in me, I have to say in my yard because it's in the road I live in. And I tell the child parent. No, I didn't tell her so. She was running, she moved on her other child. And I call out to her, I say, what, don't say too much, Because you're saying that about that person and you're doing the same thing to her. Me child. I just your attention. I say, look what me I see. And that is me. When I tell you something about the child, don't go and tell the child you hear. Tell the child me what say. Me what see, because I know I don't lie on the child. If I lie, I go say something. And I tell her, I say, look, what I see with your child right here behind me boss. Well, that time my son, the Abby boss had to say. She take what I tell her, and when she go in she house, she don't play cuss me.
What?
The neighbor and them here, she cuss him, but they don't. She asked she that, why she don't pick she that? And one day we speak, me and my neighbor speaking, and I was telling her, well, look, yes, the child getting on bad, but you have to talk to the child and you have to think, and look what she was saying and all. And that's how I get to know is me she the cussing. But that don't matter, Cussing me is no matter, and that don't mean to say if I see our child, I don't tell any parents to. Cuss me again, better for me. More you cuss me, more I see, more I tell you. Because why? I want the child to be good.
Correct.
I want the child to grow as children have to grow. So, sometimes when I see parents know that the child doing that, and before they go have a cover up, and that is what bad, the child know you covering up for he, for he or for she. So everything. I had my children, there's one big man and big woman now, and one day, well, that man died too. One day I see my son come with some mandarin. And I say to him, I say, where you got that mandarin? He tell me who had give him. I say, he gave you? I say, put it in a bag. And I hold me child hand. And we go right down. He say, Mr. Warwood give him. And we go right down, and this is Mr. Warwood. When we reach, I call Mr. Warwood. And I say, well, look, my son come with that mandarin. He says, you would give him. Mr. Warwood tell me, you don't have to tell me again. He say, that Miss Anita Grand, I want to call him Jason. He said, Jason, come and ask him for some mandarin. And he had some friend with him. So he tell him, yes, go and take the mandarin. So you don't know who did it, you don't know who did it. I said, Mr. Oyola, I find he come with so much, and I always wanting them don't touch people thing. So that is why I come to you. So when me and him going up now, he crying now, I say, I'm glad I bring you at Mr. Warwood. Mr. Warwood didn't say you come and ask him. You tell me Mr. Warwood give you. Mr. Warwood didn't say you come and ask him. Mr. Warwood say who had come and ask him. And he had some friend. So you save. Because he didn't know who is his friend and them. So you save, and we go back. But if Mr. Wa didn't give in, Mr. Wa would have call the police for me.
We got to take a commercial break, Kenu, but thank you so much. I mean,
all right.
We all
okay, bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a lovely day, Kenu.
Same to you. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to take a break. Just.
Attention, football fans, get ready for the most thrilling event of the season, the opening of the GFA Premier League. Join us at the St. George Park in St. Mark's on Saturday, June 17, 2023 at 4 p.m. sharp, featuring defending champ Hurricanes SC and newly promoted Happy Hill FC. It's the clash of the Titans as 10 teams take the field, battling it out for glory, honor, and the grand prize of $100,000 EC. Yes, you heard right. $100,000 EC dollars. So mark your calendars and join us on Saturday, June 17, 2023 at 4 p.m. St. George Park, St. Mark's. Be part of the electric atmosphere. This event will be free.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Somebody say, bring money up, bring jumping up, bring money up. Oh, na, na, na.
Well, what do you know? The NLA is giving you an additional chance at winning in its Crazy Cash Second Chance Parish Giveaway. Yes! Starting June 10th, enter your non-winning Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway tickets valued at $12 or more in a single purchase for a chance to win over $25,000 in cash. Be sure to write your name, address, and contact info on your entries before dropping them in the NLA branded box at your favorite authorized agent. Draws will be conducted every Friday starting June 23rd to July 21st, 2023 for every parish and aired on GBN TV at 8 p.m. That's a total of 105 draws of $250 each. Promotion ends July 14th, 2023. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 31st, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
We seem to have a call on the line. Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mona. How are you?
Hey, Mona, you're the one that's been holding on there for so long. Good morning, Miss Mona.
You what put me there? You what put me there? Good morning, Jester.
Good morning to you.
And how are you?
I'm fine.
Good morning, CJ.
Good morning, Mona. How
are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Not 100%, but one good thing I thank God for life.
Yep.
Yep.
Every one of us. We are. I'm kind of 95.
95?
Mm-hmm.
Well, We still have to take it how we get it,
Yes, we're not 100% at all.
Right, right. And good morning to my good cousin, Clarissa, and her mom. Are listening, all you? Don't say too much, you know.
Who?
On Miss Robinson.
Oh.
On in Hills. What Hill again?
Hills Street.
Hill Street?
Mhm.
Yes.
Don't say too much, you know.
No, I said me and the mother not too much friends. She know why? But Clarice is my girl. When Clarice hugged me, let me tell you, when Clarice hugged me like my body could break, she give me just a real hug. You know, Mona, when somebody shake your hand, some people they wipe their hand inside of yours for a shake hand. That I ain't taking. Either you give me a shake hand or you just hold your hand by yourself. When somebody shake you and you're supposed to feel that they really mean that they're shaking your hand.
Good touch.
Yes, but when Clarice hug me, I get a hug. I ain't getting no, my body stretch out way back in the back so and your hand comes straight out in front. So I ain't want that kind of hug and keep it yourself.
So what kind of hug Celia does give?
Celia does not hug me at all. I know I'm dead.
Yes,
I'm ready.
Yes, now behave yourself, please. And you don't say too much, eh?
We're not, Mona. We can say we're not saying bad things.
Yeah.
There's a difference. We can say good things. I'm talking good things about the friends that I don't have, my frenemy. She's my frenemy. Let's put it that way.
But you longing for a hug then?
No. I got hugs galore.
Okay.
Because let me tell you, I know how to hug myself.
Amen.
There you go.
But the boys, the male in that family is my real horses, man.
You mean
yeah,
Fitzroy and Mr. Festus and...
Yeah, Festus is my boy, you know what I'm saying?
Festus is my teacher, you know.
Good morning, teacher Festus.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I work along with him too when he used to be in charge of examinations unit, you know.
Okay.
Cool going, man, eh?
Yes.
Very.
Just simple, eh?
Well, simple is the best, you know. When you're simple, you're almost always humble. Because when you're arrogant, you just have this thing going on, you know, your ego taking a hold of you. But
very much respected too, Claire, by many of the students that passed through his hands, you know. Very much respected,
And you know a teacher what was very, very nice?
Who?
Desmond Hutchison.
Oh,
Teacher Desmond?
No, he gone to the great beyond.
Yes, that's a teacher.
Well, according to that lady, what do you call that man again? Those were the days. That was the days. Right. Those were the days. Achibonka and Edith.
Right. But otherwise, everybody good?
Yeah, we're okay. We're trying to make it okay.
Right.
Well, we're trying.
Yes, keep trying and keep listening.
Well, you know me.
I know your band stick there too on Real FM.
He stick.
Yes.
I try to take it out.
Mona, stop lying.
But the only thing is, I try the eye don't good. I can't get through.
Well, then don't let the eye see anything. Just leave it right there.
Yeah.
I want the eye to see.
No, just lock it in and you just stay there.
Yeah.
Because you know, on some days you're going to hear Jester, some days you're going to hear me, you're going to hear Nubia, and you're going to hear different people. So lock
don't
it there.
talk about that queen no, Mama.
I know. So,
and Heidi, good morning, you and Aziki. I'll you have a blessed day.
All right, Mona.
All right, Mona, have a lovely day.
All right, take good care of all yourself.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Clement, we have some listeners that are loyal, and it's a breath of fresh air. You know, when you hear them on Monday. For example, Kenro. And the thing is, as I go about, I listen to people, they love certain things about Kenro.
They love Kenro. Just say they love Kenro. Look at Stephen Francis says good morning to Kenro.
Yeah, Kenro is just...
Kenro is the bomb.com.
Yeah, she's so... what you see is what you get.
Yes.
She don't beat around the bush. If you are a blue, she tell you, definitely you are a blue. She don't
let me give you give you something. Kenro and I are cousins, eh?
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So when you're talking about Shanti Mel there, it doesn't bother you, because we are the real bomb diggity.
What are you saying?
I
learned something here today.
So, what you see is what you get on those.
But going back to parents like Kenro, man.
You eating licks and then you get
you have to be good.
Yes,
you have to turn out good. You don't want Kenro to having to take you to task. Not at all, you know.
Let me say good morning to Stephanie John and Florence Cyrus. Good morning. I think we have a call from Shirley. Let's see. Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning, Julian. Good morning. Good morning, Julian. Good morning.
We're getting a
Oh, I think we're
feedback.
getting a call again, Shirley, because we're getting a real bad feedback from your phone, or step away from somewhere where you're.
Maybe I might have to turn off the radio.
Turn off the radio.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, we're better now.
Good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
that's better.
Good morning.
Morning to you,
Just wanted
Shirley.
to say I'm always, as always.
Yeah, you always listen to your band stick too, we know. You know we stick on Real FM and keep it that way. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. See, we
Yeah,
know
man.
Shellyan sticks there too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think everybody radio get you who glue. He just when he can't move, he just stuck there. So we really appreciate that though. So yes, we're waiting for the arrival of our guest here. And in the meantime,
Yeah, you said 10 past 8. It's now
that's what he said. It's
8:15.
8:15, and I'm going to beat for late. You know, I'm telling him, hey, you got to set the example. You tell me, you know, how he goes. So, but I told him, I said, when it comes to let us know. So this is it. So Jester, as Kenro said, when you know you're young and you're tiffin chance, cocoa, you hear foot in the cocoa, you're taking off. We couldn't do a quarter, not even a smidget of what is going on right now. And don't get me wrong, we know times have changed, but that time changed real drastic.
And
really, really, really drastic.
And to me, it didn't take so long.
No, not at all. It's just like you got up in the morning and next day everything just go bang and all over the place. But you know, I don't swear. It's not in my photo, it's not in my DNA to swear.
Yeah.
But when I look at the young girls especially, because I hate to hear women swear and I hate to see women with that long cigarette in their hand smoking. That is my thing, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying everybody is different. But when you're passing and you hear the words and sort of coming out of these young girls' mouth, or the conversations that they are having, you kind of take a back seat and you're like, well, what the heck is going on here? Is that for real?
Especially they are students.
Yes. Well, one morning I was on a bus coming down from home. Bus pick up that kid from the child.
You will get it.
From Rosehill. And it was raining, and you know the bus drops them up by the school, but that morning dropped them right in front of the school. And there were a few of them stand up in front of this classroom waiting, just because the bell hasn't rung as yet. And the one that we picked up in Rosehill said, what the F you all looking at? And my mouth, I think I had to take my hand and push back my mouth closed. And the bus driver looked at me, and I looked at him. I didn't say a word, but he said, could you imagine? Right in front of the school with her uniform on? I said, and because you're shocked. Honestly, I was shocked.
So imagine that, and wow. And what I see, I mean, imagine the 3 students, they had their uniform on, and it's just to show the breakdown, how it has become.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I remember there was a time, I was in St. Patrick's RC, and Kenny's Disco.
What's up, caller? We are coming to you.
Was operating at the time. And there were some guys that went to the party in Kenny's Disco. It was people like Clarence, Paley, Joseph, I think Bushes was in it. A few of them. But what did happen? They pulled them up on the stage, call them out.
Mm-hmm. That's how discipline
and
was.
they had to answer to,
Mm-hmm.
So you don't feel because you didn't have school and it wasn't a school event that you
You're
get
always
away
at school.
Yeah,
Always.
Yeah.
I think we have a call. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, CJ.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah. CJ, they're just saying it takes a village to bring up a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the problems where we had breakdown in family, where you have parents, okay, like your child do something, and you could discipline the person child before. But right now, you're free to do it. And then if the child, if you try to correct your child and the child go home and say, mommy, because you try to tell us lies, So now what will happen?
As well as they tell the truth also.
Yeah. What will happen? They want to say that, and the parents now will not come to you and CCG, the child come and say that to find the truth. But the parents will take that what the child say and start to curse you and get on. We get on with the person. And what if that happen? When that happens, some people, what they do, they see that person child doing something, they will never report it. They will never say anything.
True.
And I always say to the parents, we can only supervise our children when we are home. But when they are away from us, things that they will not do in your presence, they do it in your absence.
That's quite true.
Quite true.
So it is very important that you have neighbors looking out for you and try to bring up your child in the right way. But then when you do that, what you're doing, you destroy your own child, because the child will say, "Mom, you see they lying on me," and you're doing that with the child. And I always remember something in school. Just I used to talk about Tanti Popo.
Yeah.
Well, she grandchild used to do all kind of evil things. And when they come and tell her what she do, she says, okay, yes, I will discipline. And when you hear that the person who deliver that information to her, turn the back, what she was saying in the presence of the child. And eventually what happened, he did something in the holy, and they bring the child, he put the child in the presence of her. So he said, the child said, Grandma, I will tell you something, put it close, put your, something like you, it's close to me, what I tell him. And what child did, the child bite her she is. She said, Grandma, if people come and tell you things about me, you believe it. That would never happen. Right?
Yeah.
That would never happen. So that is something we have to take. We're not present all the time in the presence of our children. Because children pretend to be nice and holy and sanctified. But when they reach outside, what they're doing.
Thank you.
I don't say that everything that people tell about child, you will believe it. But they are always greater in a small country. Yes, you don't take an hour or 3 hours to get to know what the child do. All
right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a point. You know, we have to know our children in some instance to know whether they're telling the truth or whether
you
they're
definitely
not.
can
You
tell.
will know.
Yeah,
you will know because they don't look at. Let me tell you, when people lying, they don't look at you in your eye. You know, all over the place, but. All over, and they protest. But when you look at somebody in your eyes, always is a window to your soul, and you have to be a perfectionist for people not to know that you're lying.
Yeah, if you're very close to your child, you definitely will know when they are lying.
Stephen Francis says his radio is also locked on Real FM, so he has you on his phone on his dial too. Sonia John says, who is responsible for the children? Parents, most of all, but the government to a big deal. Because, Keno made that point and say that the welfare, she meant the government.
She meant social services.
Yes, because they can be good and they can be terrible. Because not every case that come to them, they investigate thoroughly to know whether the parent is really abusing the child or if the child is lying. You have to know when you come in to do these things, you get the full story. I always say there are 3 sides to a story. Mine, yours, and the truth is smack bam in the middle. You will find the truth. So when parents, they come and a child come and say, oh, they call 911, my mommy beat me. I am not a mad person. Come and ask me why. And I would not abuse my children by beating them all over the place and all this kind of thing. But parents has to be able to discipline their children. That's why we have that big moral breakdown in society right now. We have a call. Good morning.
Morning, Gigi.
Good morning.
I like your topic this morning. However, somebody must do it. If you have a Bible, you just read 2 Timothy chapter 1, chapter 3 verse
1 to 3, yeah. I know
5.
what it is, yes.
Right? So God give us life and death. Choose death if you want to die. Choose life if you want to live.
Yep.
So the Bible prophecies
it must happen? Okay.
So some child, not all, but some children will do that.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good.
Yes, it's the breakdown in society. 2 Timothy 1-5, where it says you become lovers of yourself instead of lovers of you. There's a breakdown in the morals, society and everything. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, still, with all that being said, parents still has to take hold of their children.
Yes.
Still has to take hold of their children. Because if we don't, who are we leaving them for? And the thing, Jester, sometimes we know, as Karen said, we know our children are doing stuff. We know they're doing wrong things. We cover up for them. But when time comes and they do something really bad, and I'm not saying it is the right thing to do, the police take them out. What you're hearing? Oh, my child was such a good boy. My daughter was such a good guy. They did nothing. That ain't true. Stop lying. Because you know to yourself that everything was not up and up with your children.
Yes, in some instances, some parents have they played a direct role in the way the children turn out.
Guess who's on the line? All the way from Toronto.
I guess it's Lorna, ain't it?
Good morning, Bain. Good morning. I think Lorna?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I've been saying good morning. I almost hung up my phone.
Good morning to you, Miss Bean.
Good morning. How is everybody doing?
We're good. We're good.
We are all right. We're hearing very low.
Yeah. Can you have put up some volume on your phone, or get close to your phone as possible, like it's an ice cream cone.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I think it starts at home, and it starts with the parents teaching the children respect for authority.
Mm-hmm.
So the child who respects parents, and then you go to school, so then they respect the teachers, they respect the neighbors, right? So they now will grow up with these qualities: humility, integrity, and personal responsibility. So you would not see these children that grow up with respect for authority behaving like that on the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the parents, it has to start with the parents. In our days, going to school, the teacher corrected you at school, or you got spanked at school. We could not go home and say and complain, because you will get another spanking. But there were also children, they would go home, tell their parents, and then the parents come to quarrel with the teacher. That's not teaching the children respect for authority.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of these problems can be solved with starting at home. You respect authority. You respect your parents. Even the neighbors growing up, the neighbors had authority over us. They see you doing something, they could have corrected you. I don't think that could happen now. And then you have respect for police, for the policemen and women. And then you have respect for the government. So to me, the foundation is respect for authority. I think, Claire, you can do a whole show on how do we build respect for authority in our children. That's a topic you can explore in the future.
Producer?
Yes.
Producer? Producer? I'm calling. Please answer.
Okay, I'm just calling.
All right. Thank you so much, Lorna, as always.
Okay, then.
Have a great day.
Have a lovely day, Lorna.
Have a good day.
Okay. Take care.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. It is, she always makes those points that, drive it home.
For real.
For us that
really
to
significant
really get,
points.
Yes, yes. And it is, I think I heard the Domiso Anil might be here, but it's kind of, do we really pay attention to it? Because we hear a lot of things, but do we really listen to what we're hearing? Because when we don't listen is when we end up in trouble. And our parents used to beat us, and while they're beating us, they're counting. You must learn to hear when I speak to you. Getting the blows and the counting what they,
Yeah.
I'm tired of telling you. But are we hearing what they're saying? but are we really listening? And when we really, really listen is when we do the 180.
Yeah, I tell you, Claire, I remember him growing up as a boy in Mount Craven, man. There was this guy they called Diana. Yeah,
Big Diana?
Big
strong
rest in
Diana?
peace. Yeah, he
Okay,
died, you know. And children, especially children in the back street area, man.
Does it tease Diana?
Not tease. The thing is, once they are being caught doing stupidness, Diana will flog them, and
Diana was a big guy, you know.
They cannot go and tell their parents. They know it.
Oh my.
Because, you know, those were the days when, you know, bringing up the child, you know, had that sort of dependency
Community
on
growth.
Community growth, some of
yeah.
the community members, you know. And Diana was one of them who used to. So some of them, when they saw Diana, you know they had to straighten up and fly right.
If I see Diana, whether behaving bad or not behaving, Diana was a big guy, you know.
Yeah, huge.
Diana is Trevor's brother, you know that, eh?
Oh yeah, Trevor Hall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you see Diana, when you see people like Diana, and so you just have to humble yourself and just say good afternoon, good morning, and you pass you when you finish, when you run. So, but yeah, I mean, it has really gotten to a stage where there's a real big breakdown in society. And like, I remember even Ken said one time she was on a bus going home, and the songs that the driver played on the bus and the bad word that flying and the children singing to it, and so you can't do that.
Yeah, you know, sometimes
you really actually, because sometimes I'm on the bus
I
and
am
I'm
baffled,
like, what
really.
is that they're playing there? And I want to tell the driver, well, what is going on? But I can't, because the bus is not mine. I'm just a measly passenger on that bus. Let me take a call. Good morning.
Good morning, CJ. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good.
All right. Interesting topic this morning. However, I think we need to expand that conversation in regards to just parenting and schools and everything. It's a whole societal breakdown. Let me just give you an example. Society right now, a lot of the homes are headed by a single parent. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, it's a woman. Yeah, she is stressed out. She has to work, make sure the kids get fed, clothed, and everything else that has to happen with that child. And had come a point in time where she would send that child, let's say a boy, to the shop to get something for her because she's busy. Yeah? The child goes to the shop, gets to the shop, there's a group of men, they're talking, right? And a young lady comes in, and the men start talking, whoa, look at that machine, boy. But the child now is standing there waiting to get served. He's hearing all these conversations, and it's repeated over and over as he goes in there. He hears the different comments. That child now comes back out, goes home, and the mother is telling him, you don't treat people like that. But every time he goes to the shop, it gets reinforced because this is what is happening in the shop. Yeah? So it now becomes to him, that's normal. Mom is saying this, but this is what I'm seeing happening. And we learn. We're sponges. We learn by people's actions. We learn by people how they react and what happens. Now, the young lady may react favorable or unfavorable to the interaction of the gentleman in the shop. I'm saying gentleman just to be nice, in the shop, right? But the boy now goes away with this in the back of his head, and in his inculcation, that is the way you treat someone. Mm-hmm. Because the society is now programming him, that's the way it is to happen. Yeah? Same thing with the young women. They go through all of this stuff, and it's becoming programming. Now, your caller before spoke about authority and having respect for the authority. But if the authority don't respect you back, what do? How do you now react to it? Yeah? You say you go to speak to a police officer for whatever reason, and the way he reacts to you, you now pull back and say, but wait, I just come to ask you a question. Why are you jumping up in my face and behaving the way you're behaving? I'm simply asking you a question. If you don't like the way I approach you, maybe we need to start the conversation off and say, young man, I don't like the way you spoke to me. We need to start this conversation over. But no, it becomes to escalate. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, it goes on and with the breakdown in the whole society. So you go to a government institution to get something done, and everybody's ignoring you until you open up your mouth loud, and then somebody wants to speak with you. Yeah, and you see your neighbor doing something that you know is wrong, yet still, when you go and report it, nothing happens. Yeah, nothing happens, and everybody just accepts it as normal, and it continues to happen. So, if we want to have respect, we must first respect ourselves, and then we can start respecting others.
Okay.
And if that does not happen, it just continues to cycle and cycle and cycle. You mentioned swearing, the curse words, or whatever. In society, it's become norm. If you look at a movie today, it's there. You see a TikTok video and all of that stuff, it's there. Yeah, it becomes the norm. So everybody's now using it to express themselves in a way that is now everybody is considered norm. So for us, the older folks who know that is not norm, to the younger people, it is the norm. Yeah? I think how we can now stop it is that we need to start teaching people and doing the things, the right things. Even when nobody is watching you, still do the right things that needs to be done. Nobody's looking, so I'm just going to leave. No, you hit somebody's car, something happened that you need to let somebody know that happened. You need to do the right thing at all times, even when you don't feel like it. You need to do it, yeah, so that people would see there is a higher standard that we all can live by, and it's not difficult to do.
Thank you so much.
I think we just need to start at the basic and start building up from there. If we don't start to take a stand, the whole thing will just continue to, turn on itself continuously.
So
somebody needs to stop.
So let me tell you, I am going to develop that program as to what we are talking about right now for maybe next week. I need you to call back. That voice of yours sounds very familiar. Are you still on vacation?
You don't have to give me away. Thank you.
I'm not giving you away. That's why I said, are you still on vacation? Thank you so much for calling in.
I am. Have a great morning.
You too. Take care. But we'll talk about that. We'll develop that program. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yes, very worthwhile contribution.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
And we are back. So everybody is hearing me? Sandal, are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Justin, are you hearing me? Or maybe that's a good thing. You're not hearing me?
Let me get Maxine on to check this.
Let me just.
You will come on. I don't hear any headphone.
In your search for happiness, you got to leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andel.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine this morning.
We have, what time is it now, Mr. Andel? Tell me.
The time now is 8:39.
Okay. So, didn't anybody meet you on the road until I've been blasting you loud and clear saying that you're late?
Well, I mean, I must say I was ambushed on Friday.
Oh.
I was met on the street on Friday and I was ambushed. So I tried my best to come in this morning, but yet still, it's like that was not a good thing because he wasn't meeting me on the street and telling me I'm very late. So I'm supposed to be here by 8:10.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good.
It's all good, yeah.
Definitely it's all good.
Yeah, so how are you?
I'm good this morning.
How's your family?
Everyone's fine.
Good. So, I'm going to start away up. Discussion this morning is going to be twofold. Because I know McDonald College is celebrating their, something, wind is blowing somewhere, which is it? McDonald College is celebrating their 60th anniversary this year. And, do you have to take that call?
No, I just turn it off.
Okay. They're celebrating their 60th anniversary this year. And so far, you had a few events that you did. One of them was the match where I made you famous on Facebook. You're looking as hotter than July. And, I mean, you get a lot of props. How do you call it again, Jester? You didn't see his picture on Facebook when he was marching by, walking tall as ever.
Oh, yeah.
And every
That was a perfect shot. That went around the world.
He became famous, Mr. Andel, on the March Sisters. That was the first event that you had, yes?
Yes, that was a no, that wasn't the first event. No.
Okay, so give us a breakdown as to what happened in the past and what you're having now.
The first one was the motorcade.
Very much so. Yes,
the
very much
motorcade.
so.
Yeah, the motorcade. Yeah.
Yes.
I know the motorcade where you were on the truck.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
match went before that.
No. You lose here.
No.
Lose here.
Listen up. I don't know if I'm crazy.
But
But I remember when Maxine and I went downstairs and ran to picture.
If you have to bet, you will lose your
I'm
money.
not betting. I'm not a betting person.
So let me give a disclaimer here. Before I became principal, a history teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So you know.
Oh, so I just hush.
Yes. Because Jessa is correct. We started with the motorcade on the Saturday.
Yeah.
The Sunday we had the church service at the school. The church service and lit rain. And the Monday
was the match.
The Monday was the street parade, yes.
Really?
Yeah. So that was the third activity.
Okay.
Yes.
But I thought that was the first one. Anyway, you were famous for the picture and you said you were
just a pity we didn't get you to bed first.
Yes, so you did that. So you had that 3. What happened after that? After the church service was the last?
No, the street parade, yes, that was Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that we had our sports.
Right, sports.
Right, yeah, we had a fantastic sports. But we experienced some little hiccups.
Okay.
Yeah, going forward because I had a big activity planned for April 1st.
Mm-hmm. I remember you spoke about that.
Right. To me, a lot of things were in place where I wanted to feature all the top artists, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I did my list, I got about 25 persons or so. 25 artists, more than 20 crowns. We're talking about from the Inspector, the Lonely Spark, the Boys, the Terror Kid, Scholar, and the list go on and on and on. So the whole thing was to bring everybody to McDonald College. We have a stage and they will be showcased. I choose the 1st of April for a lot of reasons, more than one, and lo and behold, that clash with Wagiti Bingo in Grenville.
Oh.
Then Lonely Spark and Electrify had a youth fest at the Progress Park. For weeks I made my head really, really hard and I decided no matter what they have in, we'll go ahead with that activity.
Mm-hmm.
But about 2 weeks before, I advised that Wagiti might even boss Parliament if they have Parliament and Wagiti on the same day. So then I had to put up that one. So that was a disappointment that we had. So that, because to me, we were having a food fest and the cultural extravaganza.
So is that going to come on still, or the one that you had planned for April 1st? So just
well, we choose April because you know what happened anytime we finish in May. All the artists and other persons, the focus is on Carnival. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of activities coming up, yes. Yeah. So we might have to think about it in some time in the future. It really must be the 60th anniversary. Mm-hmm. Because really and truly, it's really, really good to showcase the talent that has passed through our school. Mm-hmm. And as we speak, we have the studio and music room. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying my best to get the music program going, because I know in the 80s and so on, you and Jessa could bear me on that. Magdalen College was famous for the school band, mm-hmm. as well as the school concerts and things like that. So,
the concert was the bomb diggity.
Right. So I think we should go back that way, because we have a lot of kids in school who on their own could play a lot of musical instruments. Mm-hmm. And I believe that, go back to our mission statement once again, the holistic education, we must, these talents, we must harness into them, we must access them, we must make sure that they are nurtured since in school. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, it makes sense.
So, do you want to say something?
But before we go on, not just, so that was one major activity which was planned and was put off, but we also have the cruise been put off as well, Mr. Andal.
You don't invite Mr. Andal yet?
No, but we on some of the activities and...
I was going to ask him next about the cruise coming up.
Well, I thought we were moving away from...
No.
That's what difference does it make?
the cruise.
Yeah.
Wow. We placed ticket on sale for the cruise about 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And the whole objective is that to get a feel, to get an idea. So since then, we encourage persons to purchase tickets. I know this registration, well, we have 3 registrations in Grenada that belong to past students. So Mr. Donald was very gracious. Although when I asked him, he said to me, I don't know why you call me and ask me, because it's not me to ask. Because this lady here, she will do anything for Magdalen College, so when I say yes or no, it don't really make a difference. And I was very pleased to hear that. So we had the ad playing on this station, as well as the one in Grenville and Boss FM.
Okay.
And we use social media a lot, but yet still, we were very disappointed that the ticket sales were minuscule. So as of last week, we had ticket selling in the school and 4 other outlets. Mm-hmm. We just had about 4 tickets in total.
Wait, what did you sold only about 4 tickets in total?
Yes.
So you need to come here as you're here now, ramp it up.
So because of that, because the cruise is just a few days away, we had to cancel the cruise.
No.
Yes. And I must say, perhaps I should take some blame here, because, for weeks now I'm thinking about coming and do on this program to speak about the cruise, but that wasn't done. And now after we decided to put up the cruise, a lot of past students telling us they were going, but they were waiting on the last minute to buy the tickets.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, but that's a thing, how some of us just behaving as Grenadians without actually wait on the very last to purchase the ticket. But my concern here, Mr. Andal, from how much is your staff?
When we count all the teachers, the trainees, the auxiliary staff, we have about 65 to 70%.
So I thinking that we should have a solid base, right, to set the foundation for that cruise coming out from starting with your staffers, and it's very disappointing if that's the situation. To me, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, Claire?
You are correct, but here, I think somewhere we go on to, we should have started with a day cruise. A lot of persons don't really enthuse with night cruise. Oh. I myself, I've never been to a cruise.
Neither do I.
So that would have been my first cruise, and I met some persons out there who say they want to support, but cruise is not really the kettle of fish. And now we're doing the research, we get to understand that you still have the persons who will go on the day cruise, but they won't venture out in the night. Mm-hmm. You understand? Yeah. So yes, we have a large staff, yes, but a lot of the persons, they're not really on that level where cruise is concerned. And we are going into uncharted territories, uncharted waters, because it's the first time ever we were attempting something like this. And strangely, when we called our mother last week, they said generally cruise planned by schools doesn't do too well. They have a lot of cancel and postponement of this sort of cruise. Yeah. We also got some feedback that some of the past students said they don't want to come on cruise because it's organized by the school. And the way they just get on cruise, they don't want to see the past teachers. They don't want the past teachers
to see them behaving bad.
Yes, behaving bad. So,
callers, we are going to come to you and let you know when you can call in. I need Mr. Andel to make his points because he has to go back to work. So hold the calls for a moment. I'll let you know when you can call him. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, so as I said, it was a disappointment for us. It was uncharted territory. Although, from the alumni perspective, I expected
more.
Yes, I expected more. I know some persons would have purchased a ticket list, but here we have barbecue, which was complimentary. So we had to be able to make a projection to decide, okay, well, listen, to have an idea of how much persons come in, how much we have to cater for in terms of our bar or such. It is very difficult for let's say last Saturday, for on the 17th, to plan for the cruise properly. And we incurred loss because we had to pay $1,500 for the boat. This is non-refundable.
Oh my!
Wow. And last week we had to pay about $2,000 to the Ramona, even before we actually step aboard the boat.
Non-refundable also.
Yes, non-refundable also.
But let me ask you before you continue. Okay, if it's not refundable, but can you
put it forward
for in the future? Get the opportunity to use based on what you would have already paid?
To use that money? Well, I understand the Ramona, because when you call the Ramona to book a date, it's very, very difficult because the schedule is very, very tight. Persons normally book from time to time. So anytime you book a date, if you have to cancel, is a loss for them. So I guess that $1,500 is a way of recouping somebody else who might have a cruise and they were not able to have it because of you. But we could always explore that. We could always call them and say, well,
yes,
the down payment is in and see what.
Yes.
Yes, see what.
Because you know that when you're flying, if you cancel your flight due to something that happened, they don't give you back all your money, but you have some money in a bank that you could. That cannot be that you lose all your $3,000 at all. Look into that.
And imagine, and I think perhaps about 2 weeks ago, we should have put out the first notice to let the person know. Well, let me tell you something. The ticket sales are very low. If you are serious in going, make the purchases now. And I think perhaps if we do that, it would have worked.
Ms. Andel, you have this station as your medium. You can come here anytime. You see, I ambush you on Friday, and that was a good reason why I ambushed you on Friday.
Yes. So.
Come anytime you
but
have
as I said, it's
something to
uncharted territory. You see sports, you see fear, a lot of the other things. We have been there. We have done that. Because I have told persons, when I started to teach at Magdalen College in 1990, our fear was none to talk about. I know we had fear dance, and in the dance was DJ Slow, myself, Nico, Mr. Glenn, and a few teachers. You know what I mean by that? By 10 o'clock, we just had to forget that. It used to be a big flop, and for years we didn't have anything. But after a while, we keep on going back to the drawing board, and I think for the last 20 years or so, we got it right. Okay. So the cruise for us is a totally new experience, and if we have to do it going forward, I think we still could venture and do it going forward, but a lot of things have been done differently.
Well, the question that I had, one of the questions that you brushed over, it says, what role is the Alumni Association playing or played in the celebration? And the funds that are being raised at your events, how will the school benefit from it? But now you're losing funds, so I don't know how you're going to benefit from that.
Well, in life is always like that. Sometimes you lose some and you gain some. But other than the fundraising aspect, the main purpose of the celebrations was to increase awareness among the current students, the community, and even to get the past students together. I must say sometimes it's really, really difficult to get past students together. Because what I've noticed over the years, people tend to gravitate to their graduating class than to the general alumni. So a lot of persons, if you say class of 99, if you say class of 86, class of 85, they will turn out. But if you say general alumni.
So then start naming classes, 99,
yes,
86,
yes.
87, 88, just bring all classes.
Because as we speak, you have some WhatsApp groups out there. We have some different graduating class groups out there. And they would attend these meetings, these activities diligently. But we also have the general alumni chat, and when you call them out, people...
Everybody wants to be unique.
Yes.
That's what it is. Let's take a commercial break, and we shall be right back.
Want to become a Pure Grenada Excellence Champion? Then there's 2 days of free customer service training sessions available in St. Andrew on Monday 19th June at Rainbow's Inn, Granbra, and Tuesday 20th June at Papa D's in Maribor with facilitator Mr. Eddie Frederick. Register now. Call 440-2001 extension 291 or email kjoseph@puregrenada.com or visit www.puregrenada.com/excellence-champion.
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally here. Velma's Restaurant and Bar, located High Street Sateras in St. Patrick. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. On the menu is roast bake, sawfish, and many, many mouth-watering items. Lunch is a close second, with items that can be grilled to your satisfaction. We have steamed fish and other seafoods too. For the health-conscious ones, we provide vegan and vegetarian dishes. Looking for something that will hit the spot? From 5 p.m. until close, come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Grendek Community Partnership Initiative.
WASH, it's our water, sanitation and hygiene project whereby we seek to address some of the sanitation issues at our primary schools here on island to create comfortable washroom environments for our students and the staff in general and ensure that there is water available throughout. Thank you so much, Grandlek. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Grenada East, we are sincerely thankful for your sponsorship for making these projects a reality.
If you're looking to improve or maintain
And we are back with Mr. Andel from the McDonald College and my hostie here, Jester.
Who's your co-host?
I don't have no co with you, that's easy now. We're co-ing nothing. So Mr. Andel, what is on the list for the next coming up next? What's next on your list? You cancel the cruise. What else coming up before the... Okay, let me ask you that. When is the big shebang? The final, the grand finale. What date?
Well, we were supposed to have the 60th anniversary ball at the school.
Okay.
But right now we are very, very, very skeptical. And the thing about it, wow, the calendar of events is so packed. And I'm referring to we Carnival. Right. So we had one date, but we were clashing with the Sinai Fete. Then we have another date right now. We are clashing with Chantimel Soca Monarch. And what we notice, contrary to tradition, persons, the young people don't really want to dress nice to want to dance anymore. You understand? Yeah, they don't want to dress nice. So we for where we speak, we're still not certain what it would be like because McDonald College Ball for years used to be one of the biggest things around.
Yes.
Persons used to come from all over to participate in the ball. But what we realize, the interest among the public to dress nice, dress elegantly with your suit and thing to go, if they have choices to go in backyard and other stuff, they will tend to do that. We also have planned a gala, but that is off. That's already off. since a few months ago we had to put this off because to me a lot of the logistics were not in place. And what I know about Gala, the tickets are supposed to go on sale at least 1 year before. Because here, you know, your target persons in the diaspora, so when they plan the trips and such. Yes. So what we're looking at right now is a cool down at Batway. And sad to say, it seems like the people in the diaspora, from the diaspora, they tend to appreciate and participate in school activities more than the local ones. Before COVID, I think 2019, we had a big after carnival social and cool down at the school. And that was huge. When you look at the crowd, more than 70-80% were persons who are living in Canada, the States, and so on, they're on holiday. Yes.
So we're going to be coming to the news anytime now, so I'd like you to hold whatever other points you're going to make so that we can make it right after the news. So it should be here in a minute. But we're talking about diaspora people.
Yes.
And you're right, because people in the diaspora are the ones that really, we yearn to come back home and do things for our community. And that's most of us. And when we decide that we come and do things and then it's not happening, we feel like, well, why did I pay $1,000 or $1,300 for a ticket to come and celebrate something that is not there? So as you said, in a way, it's good that you put it off than having something mediocre and come back with a bang next year or so, because you could only celebrate 60, but we could reverse 60 for next year.
Definitely.
Okay. We have news now, so let me go right there and we shall be back.
Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update as produced by Triple N. Details when I return.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back. Locally, a number of measures will soon be rolled out to ensure the long-term viability of Grenada's coconut industry. This according to Minister of State with Responsibility for Agriculture, Senator Adrian Thomas. He says these measures will also form part of Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence celebrations. Details on moving the sector forward was disclosed at the opening ceremony of the Regional Coconut Training and Exhibition at the Grenada Trade Center on Monday, June 12, 2023. In the region, the control of illicit drugs trafficking is the topic of a week-long course for local and regional police officers at the Police Academy in Port of Spain. Terrion Brown-Campbell has the details.
25 local and regional female police officers are undergoing enhanced training to control illicit drug trafficking. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines says with the recent rise of gun violence across the Caribbean, the course is a timely one.
The transnational nature of crime, its impact on all of us in the region means that when one of us, and most of all, when all of us become stronger, as will happen in this training program, we are all better off as a region and world.
French Customs is providing the trainers for the course.
Transnational organized crime is one of the major threats to human security, even to our democracies, as it impedes the social, economic, political, and cultural development of our societies and societies worldwide.
The Canadian government is funding the course through its Interagency Drug Abuse Control Commission of the Organization of American States. The training is taking place at the Police Academy in Port of Spain, from June 12th to 16th.
Thank you, Terianne. Around the globe, at least 6 people killed in DRC displacement camp attack.
At least 46 people, half of them children, were killed in a militia attack on a camp for displaced people in the Democratic Republic of Congo, security analysts and a local community leader said Monday. Codeco, a militia group involved in numerous ethnic killings in the area, attacked the camp in the Jugu territory of Ituri province overnight Sunday to Monday, a local government official told AFP. The Kivu Security Tracker, a network of observers based in DRC's Restive East, counted at least 46 dead in the Lala camp. A community leader gave the same death toll of 46, adding that 23 of them were children. A search for more victims is underway. The Codeco militia, a cooperative for the development of the Congo, claims to protect the Lendu community from another ethnic group, the Hema, as well as the Congolese army. Most of the victims burned to death after fire was set to their houses, while others were shot or hacked with machetes.
And in sports, the Denver Nuggets clinched their first NBA title as a 94-89 win over the Miami Heat sealed a 4-1 series triumph. Nikola Jokic led his side to victory with 28 points to end the Nuggets' 47-year wait for the championship trophy. Serb Jokic, 28, was named the finals most valuable player to add to the 2 overall MVPs he won in 2021 and 2022. This ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. I am your presenter Maxine Antwine, thanking you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Sates in the Kweze. Dr. Guerra, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women's health. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. We now have a portable EKG machine that gives you accurate readings by using just 2 fingers. And that's not all. If you're suffering from any respiratory conditions such as asthma, bronchitis, COPD, or seasonal allergies, we have a nebulizer machine that can safely treat these. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking, removal of uterine fibroids, vaginal warts, hernias, and C-sections. She also specializes in diagnostic and therapeutic DNC, abnormal bleeding. Eye testing is also available at the clinic by appointment only with Dr. Mabel Veritas Lugo. They are in collaboration with Alice Labs, located in St. George, opposite the Excel Plaza. Walk-ins are accepted. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352 or our landline at 444-4272. That number's again 423-3352 or 444-4272. Put your health first.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
So, Mr. Andel,
Yes,
as
ma'am.
always, somebody on WhatsApp is going to send a message as to what our conversation is, and we're going to accept calls in a little bit. I'll tell you when. But that person is saying that people who will come to the ball are not the same people going to the Sinal Fete and others like that. MDC has people who are older and more supportive of coming to the ball. So what the person is trying to say, we target the wrong set of people to come to the ball. Because young people, as you say, they don't want to come to the ball well dressed and everything. Where people like me, like the geriatric ward, like Jester, so, you know.
I will go to the ball.
Geriatric ward, I just said.
Well, I don't know how the person come up with that deduction that we target the wrong set of people, because when we
I say that.
When we put ads and things out there, we don't say, well, people with a certain age we want you to come. We expect everybody who like the activity to come to the activity. But as I said, it was a big cultural thing for us. It was our main event for years, our main event, and by it just started to fade. You understand? So I'm not saying it's off, because the thing about it, we promise the kids that we'll be having something for them. I'm not saying it's off. But you don't really want to have an activity, and when you go, it's just you and the kids, so then there's no atmosphere. The kids will not enjoy themselves.
You know, a few weeks ago, there was a dance at the arena. It was back in the day.
Yes.
And I heard it, I didn't go because, but I heard it turned out well, because everybody, the people that were going to the ball, to the dance there again, were people heading to the geriatric ward.
Okay.
You get where that person is coming from. People, they went to the dance and they weren't afraid that they had to stand up by the door and start to run any moment now. They were comfortable going there and dance. And I think this is the point that the person is trying to make, that people are afraid to go places now because hand might fly out, somebody might start chopping and this kind of thing. Whereas and I understand the ball is for everybody, but again, young people would not attend the ball because the music that they're going to play is not up to their par. It's not their forte. So they go to the brang lang, the jump up, and so this is what it is. So you may have to have a special dance for them alone and have the ball for people like me and just the old people. So.
But strangely, over the years, we never had no issues at the ball, because the few young persons who used to come to the ball, they were the minority. The ball always give you a more macho, a more well-behaved
crowd. Okay.
Yes, and so the young people have not really necessarily been the target. Perhaps they might have a few friends graduating, but so. Okay. So other than the young people themselves, even some persons of a certain age, and to me, they're just not very interested in those things anymore.
Yeah, because they don't want to, as you said, they don't want to dress to the nines. And because you see, if you notice what's going on, the clothes that they're wearing is like you pull a PC and everything outside. You pull PC and everything outside. So
the clothes are the strings.
Oh, you string, you call it?
Yeah, the strings and the rags.
Oh, okay. Myself always ask if they forget to add material to the bottom of the skirt when I see it. So, you call it strings. So now, we talked about the 60th anniversary and what it is and where it's going, and you're still working on it. Now you have Real FM to come on any time you feel like a Tuesday or Monday. Andre's on Monday and Tuesday we just you can come for 15 minutes and let us know what's going on, because if you don't, if ad works on the radio station when we put it on, people come to things. But we want you to come and let people hear what's going on from you, so that they will know, well, Mr. Arnold is out there and things are going on, and they will make an effort. Because I'm telling you, people are sitting in the diaspora. I know people are telling me, oh, they want to come to college ball. They just peep in the flight, because flights are like expensive around this time because we're heading into summer. They're looking for tickets, and now it's kind of like they're disappointed because there's nothing for them to come to.
But let me ask Mr. Arnold here. The steering committee for planning these activities, is it merely staff members, or it makes up of past students as well?
Mainly past students.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where are they?
Yeah, mainly past students. We have a few members of staff, but we had a good mix where that is concerned, because it's not just a staff thing, it's not a school thing, it's alumni stuff.
Yes. Okay. So now we are going to switch to another part. And this is where callers you can call, but let Mr. Andel finish his point, and then you can call. The number is 4420175. We are heading into mental health. So here's the question, Mr. Andel. Everyone, mental health is triggered at some point. As the principal of a school, which is McDonald College, how the behaviors of both teachers and students affect you mentally from time to time, and how do you deal with it? Psychologists here now.
How does it affect me mentally?
Mm-hmm.
It does not affect me mentally.
I beg your pardon? What do you mean it does not affect you mentally? Explain.
Explain?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing about it, I didn't just get up one day and become principal.
Okay.
And that's a plus. My education for me, it wasn't just the colleges I went to or universities and things. It encompasses my whole life experiences. And what I have noticed is that if I was just in that position, I wasn't ready, it would have been really, 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 really difficult. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm ready, because I have a wide range of experiences. I've served in a lot of different organizations. I've met all sorts of people. And so when I say it don't affect me mentally, a lot of the things that I have to deal with, I see them as part of the job, and I take them in stride. Because what I realize, the world today, you shouldn't let anything surprise you.
True.
You understand? And no challenge shouldn't be big enough for you to be able to handle. So that's really my mindset. And so hence I come back to the fact that I'm not affected mentally.
Okay. So you're saying that you went to the school of hard knocks. So
yes.
You get knocked all over the place, right? Like a storm just pitch you here, there, and everywhere.
In a lot of ways.
So you take blows.
Yes, in a lot of ways than one. And I think I also have a skill of being able to predict
what's coming.
Yeah, to predict what's coming. Some of the teachers tell me I'm a seer, but I don't think I'm a seer. It's just that, and it come back to my history experience once again, because you see, as a historian, sometimes you could look at a lot of variables and factors on the ground, and be able to make a prediction of what the result might be in a few years' time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that's my position.
Okay. So we talk this morning, just and I started up talking about students and the way that they behave these days.
Mm-hmm.
We see them all over the place. We swear what's coming left, right, center, the conversations that they are having. And people, and it's not only your school, it is schools all over Grenada. People are constantly talking about what's going on with these children, and how you as a principal, when complaints come to you about your children doing this on the street and your children, how do you deal with this?
Well, at the end of the day, you have to identify who are the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You identify the kids, you have some sort of dialogue with them. If so then the initial complaint that you get, it may not be as serious to calling the parents.
Okay.
So you have some sessions with them, and if it continues, then you call the parents. However, my biggest disappointment, though, and I would say it, I'm not really the kids. It is the parents.
We spoke about that this morning.
Well, we can't get away from that.
No, we can't.
My biggest, because as far as I'm concerned, for the time I'm in school, become a teacher, now I'm the principal, children would always have issues. Children would always be children.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that how do we respond to their misbehavior?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? How do we react to the misbehavior? And I think that's what making the big difference in today's world. Because you and I know in the past, if you misbehave and it is reported to your parents,
blows on both sides.
Thank you very much. And they will deal with you, and you don't even dare to go back that path.
No.
But now we have cases where The kid might do something, they might say something wrong, and you're calling the parents, and sometimes to your face, the parents might tell you the nice words, the things that you want to hear, make you feel they're cooperating with you.
Mm-hmm.
But lo and behold, that is not the case. However, I'm always prepared to stand my ground. I'm always prepared. Because I would tell persons, I would not take responsibility for if a kid come down the road and misbehave or they do a lot of wrong things. What I would take responsibility for is what happened after. After that is reported to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, I have like close to 500 kids. I cannot be around them every time. I cannot watch them every time. We would speak to them and we expect them. There are certain values and morals we expect them to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And how I like to practice to let everybody know what the consequences are. As much as possible, what would be the consequences, then do it without fear, no fear. That I will take responsibility for.
Mm-hmm.
So if child X behave a certain way, and I react one, and child Y behave the same way, and I treat it differently, then that says a lot about me. My integrity now comes into question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not fair, I'm not consistent. So that is the most important thing for me. When things come to me, how do I deal with it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you have to be strong to deal with it, because you deal with certain things. When you hear these stories out there, and as I tell you, my mental health is not affected yet, but you know what has fed me a lot, the lies.
Oh, tell me about it.
And the children are very good at that.
Oh, yes.
And the parents even better. So what you find happening, some things would happen, they will take a little piece of the story. They will take a little piece of the truth, twist it around. But I'm not scared of this, because my mantra also is that anytime you take a decision, you should have grounds to stand on. Anytime I take a decision as principal, that decision should be able to withstand any scrutiny. And I'm talking about, be it from the Court of Law, be it from the Ministry of Education, it should be able to withstand scrutiny. Because you know, you don't just take a iffy decision, you take a decision based on the Education Act and the laws of the land.
You know, Ms. Sandal, we had a call this morning, and if you were listening, Kenro from Shantimel called this morning. And what she said was, the welfare system is what's causing children to behave the way they are. Up to a point, parents has a responsibility. But when the system creates a law where parents cannot discipline their children the way that they need to be disciplined without abuse, how do we deal with that?
But there's no law like this.
No?
No.
So you could spank somebody's child in the school and that's it?
Yes.
So when I was in Canada a few years ago and I heard a child got spanked by her parents or the teacher, and they bring them to the police. Child bring the parents to the police station and the parents get dealt with. Was that true or was that true?
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
The Education Act, and I started in Common One, gives us the authority to flog children.
Okay.
In 2023.
Okay.
Yes. What we do, the senior students, like Form 5 or so, based on the age and so, we refrain from that. But the lower form, so in other words, we could flog from Form 1 to Form 5. Teachers are not allowed to do it indiscriminately. So, for example, I have to give a teacher the permission.
To flog.
Or the authority to do so, but we could flog. It's very strict regarding how we could flog. So you have the instrument that we use with flogging, that's the strap, and it specifies where you could flog them. The boys could be flogged in the hands or buttocks, and the girls in their hands only.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have the right to flog?
Yes, we have the right to flog.
Okay.
So we're clear on that, because you know,
yeah, because I
sort of
heard
things
about
that we used to be hearing.
police, and we hearing about you going to the station and stuff
if
like that.
you take a strap and you hit the child across the back, like how persons used to do it in the past,
that's a problem.
that's a problem.
Okay.
Because you go way out of your jurisdiction where that is concerned.
Okay.
And that could be term abuse. But I know a lot of persons out there that still believe that you cannot, because so in terms of what can we do when kids misbehave, and kids do misbehave, we have suspension. Right now we have both in school and out of school suspension. We have the flogging, yes. And you know, strangely, some people believe that counseling is a form of punishment.
Well, they look at it because they don't want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, but counseling is not a form of punishment.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Counseling is where you're trying behavior modification. You're trying to
help.
You're trying to help.
Yeah.
But I know of a case where child misbehave. You send them to the counselor, Then after that, you have to take action against them, and the parent tell you, well, they got counseling already. I say counseling not a punishment, because a lot of persons they're not in the system and they don't understand. So you might have a case, let's say in Form 1, where a child keep on hitting another one, physically assaulting them. What would you do? Would you just talk to the child who hit the other one? And so they do it today, you talk to them. They do it tomorrow, you talk to them. What would you do? Or would you send them home for that? So sometimes we have to make the tough decision, and sometimes if it then is because I have a zero tolerance for bullying.
You should.
I have a zero tolerance for bullying, and sometimes when a child decides to become a bully, yes, you talk and you listen, but they have to understand you're infringing on somebody else's right. You're physically harming or hurting someone. And the kids who, when they're in school, they believe that they could do anything without consequences. These are the same kids who we will see up in the Mahogany Row.
Where?
You know where's the Mahogany Row?
No.
The best view in Grenada?
Oh, you mean up on the hill up so?
Yes.
Okay, in the pink house or the
the
unpainted one?
Yes, the prison.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I will tell parents in non-certain terms, at the early age, children have to understand there is consequences for the actions. Yes. Because my think about it, you send your a daughter, your son to school, and they keep on coming every day. X is hitting me. Why they keep on hitting me? What the school is doing? The school is not doing anything. The school is not doing anything. The school just keep on talking to them. You see what happened in Convent last year? Convent in St. George?
No, what happened?
That was on national television and everything. The video was circulating on Facebook. A child was being bullied by some other student. And the mother went to the school.
Oh, and then that's the woman that slapped the other child?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. And because I saw them, a lot of wars and things could start at the school, you know. If things happen at the school and you don't deal with it properly, you don't give a certain level of satisfaction, adults could get involved on the outside, and all of a sudden you could have gang warfare because you have this side and that side. So it's incumbent on the school when something like that happens to ensure that it is dealt with properly. I remember sometime last year, a child lashed another one with a chair, and the child head got bust. And I said, I couldn't prevent it. You can't be around them 24/7. So the child got injured, took the child, brought him to the complex, brought him home, everything, you know, informed the parents, what and we take it from there. And a few days after, the father of the injured child, he came by me, and he was prepared to go the long haul.
You're going to jail for somebody, you're going to take them
not
out?
Not necessarily to jail, but they already went to the station and make a statement, and he was prepared to take the matter to court. But he came to my office and we talked. And one way or the other, like he had the impression that the school didn't deal with it properly. And after we sit down, we converse, then he changed his mind. You understand? So that's why I said, when I take decisions, I have to ensure that the decision I take could withstand scrutiny. Initially, after a while, he was very sympathetic to the parents of the child who was the guilty one. So I am telling you, as administrator, and we are prepared. A lot of principals, not everybody, but a lot of principals, for example, we did education administration. That prepares you directly to be a principal of a school. And with that, we do a lot of law. So we do law and ethics and all sorts of things, because at the end of the day, your brain is very active, because the number of novel scenarios on a daily basis you have to come up and deal with, you have to be there. And because mind you, if you make a misstep, it's a problem. And now with social media, everything.
Oh yes.
Yes, before you're told, you'll be put on blast.
So hear this. We talk about the students, now the teachers. You are dealing with the students and what it is. We have scenarios where parents come in the school and they baptize the teacher for disciplining their child. Is there any teachers that will come to you and say, Mr. Arnold, I had it. I'm not dealing with that child no matter what it is. I have nothing to do with that child.
Yes, that happens from time to time. And recently we had an incident. Like what I try to do on a daily basis, I try to free up the office and we try to empower our teachers also. So minor infractions, we started to allow the teachers to deal with it. So the parents would come in, they'll go to the teacher, and they have a conference.
Cut that out.
Yes, that has to cut out. So little things like late coming, because from time to time we have to take action for late coming, because the children, we give them warnings, we will tell them, some children come in 9, they come in 9:30, so after we have to take action. So when the parents come in, instead of encumbering the office with that, we send them to the teacher. And we had a parent who came recently, and she cussed up a teacher. And it was a female teacher, and a small female teacher. And the teachers were upset with me. And everything always come back on the principal.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers were upset with me, and I couldn't understand why they were upset with me. Because I said, that was the protocol. When I spoke to the parent to send her to the teacher, she didn't show signs, she was not upset or anything like that. So going forward, I cut her that totally, next time what would happen, I would assign certain days for these things. Where I will be present.
Okay.
So the parent will be coming to me
Mm-hmm.
and the teacher. And if you have a case where we have 15 or 20 kids to deal with, we'll deal with them together. Because
so, like you have a classroom now.
Right, yes, you have a classroom, and because really and truly sometimes the infraction might be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So we could speak to them generally instead of going to the individual teachers.
You spoke about if a child is down the road and you cannot watch them 24/7. We all know that. After school, what time does school finish, Mr. Anna?
2:30.
2:30. Sometimes you're going home at 5 o'clock. And there are a whole bunch of them sitting over at the S.A. Belfon wall there. Mm-hmm. And you even hear some of them saying, oh, yesterday I lied to my mother about the bus. I tell her I didn't get bus. And I lied to this and I lied to that. Does the parents say to you, Mr. Arnold, why are you keeping my children in this school that long that they cannot reach home on time? Because I know that children are going to go tell the parents, oh, well, Mr. Arnold, and I keep us in the school because this happened and that happened.
But let me tell you something.
I'm listening.
The means of communication now is so easy. It's extremely easy. I have a school phone, a school cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And on that phone, we have the number of all the parents. We have WhatsApp chats. So all the different forms, we have the chats. If things like that happen and the parents have a question, it's just a matter of coming on the chat. So I have the school phone,
mm-hmm.
all the chats, the form teachers is also on that chat. So if the parents have any concern, we get in the reason why the children come in late, they post it there and we're able to answer immediately.
Okay.
So then I get the impression that some of the children, they just have the freedom to come and go when they want.
That's true.
Yes,
That's
to me they just have the freedom to come and go when they want, because remember, you the parent just always give them a specific time
to come home.
Mm-hmm. And if they don't reach home within that time, then they should have questions to answer. Mm-hmm.
You're right. Because I keep saying, well, when I see them up there, I'm like, well, where are the parents? What are these children doing 5 o'clock, waiting for bus to go home when school finishes at 2:30? Because I am a parent too, and I know when my daughter goes to school and says, oh, go be home by 3:30 and she's not home, give me a reason why.
Although you know in today's world, if you're a parent like that, you're a bad parent.
Well, yes, but I'll prefer be bad.
You know that, just
yes, of course.
Yes, you're a bad parent.
You're holding back your children and you're doing all this.
I tell you, I'm a parent myself, and I remember my first daughter when she was in school. I used to get it, and I'm telling you, to survive in today's world, you have to be strong. You're actually trying to do good things, and you are labeled. You're too strict. You're a bad parent. You're this. You're that. Because when you love your children, you're supposed to allow them to free up. You're supposed to allow them to do anything they want to do. Yes.
And that was my next question. As a family-oriented individual, how do you balance your roles in the home, at work, and what challenges do you face? You just answered one. You're a bad parent.
Yes.
So, give me more.
You see, the way I'm socialized, it really, really, really prepared me for this. Because, I started as a young teacher in 1990 at McDonald College. And from the time I started, my focus was not just on what I was paid to do, which was when I started, I was a history and an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a lot of senior teachers there before me. So I took a keen interest in every aspect of school life, because I replaced Miss King,
mm-hmm.
right? And I remember in our first staff meeting, Miss Alexander was in a dilemma. It's like, Miss King is no longer here. She was everything, graduation, everything. Who would be the one responsible for taking care of the graduation? and Philly Jeffrey Scholar. He said, well, sir, I never do it, I would try. And I said, well, I would help. So from 1990 onwards, myself and Scholar in graduation. That I wasn't even singing as yet. So I had to help the children to sing. We used to get Miss Robinson. We changed the march and the graduation started to evolve. Gordon Bowler was in charge of cricket. I used to follow him around. Mr. Glynn, and he came back in charge of athletics. Nico in charge of the football. So I took a keen interest in a lot of aspects of school life. Even at the time we had 4-H, I was in head of 4-H. So for many, many years, and to me, my biggest joy in teaching and involvement in school, if I was just someone who come, teach my lesson, go home, I would never enjoy teaching so much. And you know why? I recognize without the fact that all of us are different. We are different, we are unique, we are special. So because of that, the various aspects of life, the various fields in life, at school we must give persons opportunity to excel. And I have seen how my extra involvement have driven the life of some persons, how successful they are today.
Because you show that you care.
Right. So graduation, I'm here. Fear, football, cricket, athletics, all aspects of school life. From season to the next. Now I become principal. It wasn't anything new for me because I was so involved in school life that multitasking is like 1 to 3.
Well, not most men can multitask, so kudos to you.
Yeah, but so that would give him an advantage. So you have a wide background as to what takes place in every aspect of the school.
Every aspect of the school life one, and being able to do a lot of things like simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a quick break and we shall be right back.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Pure Grenada Excellence Champion Program promotes a legacy of excellence by investing in our people, embracing excellent service, and always providing exceptional experiences. The Carriacou training sessions were a hit. This time, we will be training right here on mainland Grenada. Training sessions begin May 15th, 2023. Register now by calling GTA Head Office 440-2279, emailing info@puregrenada.com, or visiting www.puregrenada.com/excellence champion. Remember, excellence begins with me. Excellence ends with all our we.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
And we are back with Mr. Andel here. So we did talk about, you said you can multitask. And most people say multitasking is our job. Women can multitask. But you have joined the group of multitaskers. Congratulations.
I know Jester could multitask. So
which Jester?
This Jester here.
You didn't wake up yet?
Yes, I wake up too much.
You see, he ain't even speaking for himself because he cannot multitask.
The listeners and the viewers out there, they will know. I mean, Claire, they know you're always trying to dismiss you.
And listeners, if you want to call and ask Mr. Andal a question, the number is 442-0175. We are taking questions now. So, Mr. Andal, you talk about the challenges that you feel because you were cooked in this. You were thrown into the ocean. You get beat up all over the place. So you think, have you ever reached a breaking point in your teaching career, in your principality, and all these things? Have you ever reached a breaking point? I know you don't have mental health, as you say, but there's any time at all you reach a point and you say, you know what? This is not my children. I have to give my children the best of me, and I cannot do that now. Have you ever reached that point where you say, I'm throwing it in, I gone?
Anytime I reach that point, I gone.
Oh, so you haven't reached it yet? You're working on it?
No. Because you see, if you reach that point and you stay in the system, you'll just make things worse.
True.
Because what I realize is that, and I always tell staff that, we have discipline issues, yes. Our discipline issues, I know, is not compared to a lot of other institutions out there. Mm-hmm. I know that. So one of the first things we have to do, we have to work very, very hard to maintain it. If you reach a saturation point and you tell yourself you don't care anymore, it will just drop. It will actually get worse. And then things will become more and more difficult.
Okay.
So, no, I have no reach that stage.
Okay. How about your teachers? I don't think you're in the mind of all your teachers. You don't know what make them tick. Or you may know what make them tick.
Concern is that the school is an open system. Mm-hmm. And we get children from the society. We also get teachers from the society. Mm-hmm. So what you find happening, a lot of the teachers that we get in, they were just the children of yesterday.
So you might have some mental issues going on.
Not just mental issues, in terms of their ability to cope.
You could send them by me, we have a program here called Mental Health Issues.
Yes, but remember, our mental health program, you talk for a few minutes, is not the same just as what we went through as childhood, because you got to understand, a lot of us, our childhood, how we are socialized, prepare us for what we have to deal with, what we have to deal with today. And this is not the same way somebody just come and they talk to you and they ask you how you feel and whatsoever. Remember, and this is a verse scholar, a very popular verse in one of his songs, adversity make the black man stronger. Mm-hmm. You know, some people, the first stress they get, you could throw them off.
Yeah. Yes.
But if you're accustomed dealing with stress, if you're accustomed, you know this is just for a time. And when you're accustomed dealing with stress, you develop coping skills. Mm-hmm. So you know, once a stressful situation come your way, these are some of the steps you could follow until, and this is my favorite, the serenity prayer. Give me the wisdom. What I could change, let me change it. What I cannot change,
leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly though, knowing the difference. Because I should not accept what I could change. And I should not fight to change what is not within my control. And that's it. You know, I attended a retreat last year and a guy come and he was doing a stress test. We didn't even know what stress test we were doing. He was asking questions on the board and we had to score. And I scored about 6 out of 40. Mm-hmm. And then he explained, he said, you scored 6 out. He said, yes. He said, the lower you score, the less stress you have. And the other person said, well, you're not a principal. Why are you scoring so low? I said, I score so low because of how I perceive things or how I deal with things. And the same guy who was the presenter, he was able to tell him, he said, listen, I had an experience with him recently. And yes, he scored his testimony to that. He had a campaign at our school last year. And on the last minute, he had a difficulty in getting a plumber. And he called me all flustered up. He said, well, Mr. Andal, the camp about to start and we can't get a plumber. I said, all right. Hold on. I will call you back. I will get somebody for you. And within a few months, I was able to get somebody to go there. They went by E&F and they do those things. And the problem was solved. Yes, so.
Okay. So now, let me ask you this question. Do you have a therapist at school? Or do you have intention of getting a therapist at school? Because as you know, there are a lot of people that are going through a lot of stuff, even at home with students, and they have no one to talk to.
Yes, we have a counselor at school. It's a therapist, but it's a counselor.
Is that Nigel?
Well, we have 2 counselors at school.
Okay.
We have Nigel and we have Mrs. Palmer. Okay. The thing with Nigel, though, it will take a while for the children to really warm up to Nigel.
Because?
Oh, it's obvious, and he knows that.
Because he's white?
Yes, he's white. He's a man. He's not somebody who who they know. And you got to understand something. When persons have issues, they will tend to open up to persons who they could associate with, who they could trust. Then you just come and you say, whatsoever power you have, tell me.
Okay.
And they will just climb up. So at least we have the two of them. But generally, most of our teachers do a lot of counseling also. Because you got to understand, children tend to warm up to teachers for whatsoever reasons. And sometimes the person who they warm up to might be the best person to help them to cope and give them advice.
Okay. You want to take that call? I can take a break and let you take
No.
Okay. Yes, so the thing is, I am of the notion that, yes, it's true that you talk to people that you know. But I'm of the notion that if you talk to somebody that you don't know, chances are what you say remains with that person. Because when you look at it, I know you, you know Jester know me, Jester know, what's her name again, Vanessa. And it's like it goes around. Because when you do counseling and you do therapy with kids or with anybody humanly, what you say to that person, you want it to stay there. Because, that's why you say it to them, because you cannot deal with it for yourself. But when you tell them that, and that trust is broken, and it happens a lot, trust is broken, and that's when that child or that person clams up.
There's something called intuition.
Okay.
Intuition in the sense that you could know confidential. You listen to me. You could listen to people in the normal talk, just in the normal conversation with others on certain things, and you could have an idea of who is confidential.
You're right.
Because let me tell you something. If you come to me and you say, "Well, here now, the last time me and Jester they talking and Jester tell me what and what," and based on what you tell me, Jester say to you, I will tell myself, no, that's not something Claire should be repeating to me about Jester. So when I have my issues, I don't tell Claire nothing.
There you go. No, you're right.
Yes,
you're right.
I'm not telling Claire anything because certain things she said, Jester said to her. To me, Jester is really, really personal. Jester would only say that to you because he trusts you.
That's the thing. Yeah. And another question you have to ask again, which I always do, what were you talking about me for so Jester could tell me that?
Right, all that too. You
got to get to the source of it, because one person don't have a conversation. I have conversations with myself, but it's about me, and I could answer that. But if I have a conversation with you and conversation,
but I don't know why. Generally, we have a lot of females as counselors, but people prefer males in terms of the confidentiality.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But then it's a man that's talking more than women these days.
Well, they wear pants. We don't know sure.
Oh my God.
I wasn't expecting that one.
Because let me tell you something. If someone divulges something to me, Jester, and I see the need to talk to another person about it, hey, I have a friend, I want a second opinion or third opinion. I have a friend, and that friend tell me this, and that friend tell me that, and that friend tell me that. And you will always remain as a friend with no other cue. So now I get in your honest opinion about something, but you have no idea. If the friend is from Timbuktu, if from China, if from Japan, you understand?
And that friend is you. You're speaking about yourself.
No, I could be speaking about someone else, because remember, I want a second opinion based on what many person discuss. But I have a friend. And it would end there, and you don't even dare ask me.
Who?
No, who is that friend?
It's not your beeswax.
Yes.
I totally agree. Totally agree. So, yes, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was about to ask Mr. Handel. These days, bullying is a big issue in school, and then with children coming with weapon in the bags and everything like that. What is in place, or how are you all coping with handling such situations?
As I said, 0 tolerance. The first thing I do, I advise the children to report. And that's another challenge. Oh God. Snitch. The children will get all kind of verbal abuse and they don't want to tell you.
Well, they're afraid.
No. They see it as snitching.
Because they're afraid.
No, not afraid. They see it as snitching. We will come to the afraid part. They see it as snitching. They don't want to snitch on one another. So sometimes you go right back to the home and the parent will call me and tell me, Mr. Handel, I say, but listen to me, that was never reported to me. And I will tell the children, I say, listen to me, this is not snitching. If somebody do you wrong, the first thing to do, because let me tell you this. If someone do you wrong and you report to me, I have both of you in the office, I would say, listen to me. This had to stop, whatsoever. And I put in a ban one time. When you see her on the road, don't even watch her hand. Have nothing to say. And I would say, any of that interaction, come and report it to me, and I will deal with it. I will deal with it harshly. And one thing with the kids, I don't make empty promises to them. I would follow up. So that's one. Regarding weapons, yes. I don't know why. Children have the tendency, boys as well as girls. So in order to do, we search. And have a squad.
The whole school?
No, you can't
randomly?
No, you can't search the whole school at the same time.
No.
You see how we piece?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the time you start in a section, forget that. News would pass in such a long day.
Yeah.
Right. So at the same we have a squad. Because as much as we have how much? 40 teachers, 41 teachers. The majority are females. We have some males. We have about 16, 17 males.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we have males. It's not just about pans, they are males. So let's call them the squad. So when we decide, and our school is located by blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Form 3 block, the Form 2 block. So if for whatever reason we decide, because mind you, as much as the children don't speak, some do it. So some would come and tell you, and you have to take what they tell you in confidence that such and such and such.
Yeah.
So I would call the squad together and say, hey, we're going and such. So I would just appear, I would stand, don't say nothing. The other male teachers would come. And we get smarter than them. So by the time we're doing that, we have persons outside in the windows and the doors. Because mind you, if they realize something going on, things start to fly outside.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And yes, they have to take out the shoe, everything, searching them. And a lot of the times that could be a good deterrent, because once they realize you're searching, then they don't trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get everything you're saying about that. But there are children that are very smart, just like you are, and they may not come to the school with the weapon that you search and find.
Mm-hmm.
The big tree that everybody was the famous big tree there, that's a hiding spot for them. They could hide their weapons there, and after school, take it with them.
Yes.
Because I've seen a situation where, not here, a kid was being bullied, and he complained to the teachers and he complained to his parents. The parents went to the school and everything like that. One child that saw what they were doing and told them, that child ended up dead at the subway.
Mm-hmm.
His mother was waiting for him right at the subway. He was walking towards the car to his mother. Somebody knifed him and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So children, even though they want to snitch, Jester could have his weapon, and I see Jester with his weapon, and he knows that I see him, and if you go call my name, you're a dead person.
Thank God, as a society, we haven't reached to that stage.
And I hope we never do.
Because here, it's not just in school.
It's everywhere.
More than 90% of the crime that is solved in Grenada is not because the police is so good.
No, it's a community.
It's a community. We're still fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're still stuck. and that helps. No, seriously.
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm agreeing with you.
And that helps.
Yeah.
So I hate bullying because I know it could have dire consequences. For one, the person being bullied, as well as the person doing the bullying. Because you gotta understand sometimes person reaches the stage where they cannot take anymore.
Yes.
And then they will lash out.
Yeah.
So I encourage them to report, and I said once they report, I will take action.
Yes, and that is a good thing, and kudos to you for doing this. But I think the whole community should do more.
Yes, good thing you say community. We just get some help from the community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometime last time I got a call. Some boys in High Street, they went home, and the vaping stuff, they put one in the bag.
Mm.
And up to now, I don't know who called me, but somebody called and said, "Listen, Mr. Andler, some guys just live here, and I find what they put in the bag is illegal thing, and they're on their way to the school." Called 2 male teachers. I said, "Listen to me, we have some guys coming. We meet them at the gate. As they step in the gate, the teacher meet them, bring them to the office, and we search."
Mm-hmm.
We search them. But I didn't just search them, I got the vaping gun on them. After that, I went to the assembly. I said, "Listen to me, I have eyes all over. Even the community people just call me." And you have to let them know
where it's coming from.
Right, where it's coming from. So for example, they have no idea who did the cover. You have to let them know that the persons in the community are looking. They're looking out for misbehavior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I get pictures. I remember by the Anglican school, by Belfort, they used to lime, hog and whatsoever. And I got some pictures. The teachers from Anglican, they took out some pictures. Because normally, if I pull up, they would run.
Mm-hmm.
So when I send and get all of them parents, and one of the parents of me, are you certain my daughter was there? Are you certain she was there?
Picture tells 1,000 words.
Nowadays they can't escape it in such a way.
Right. So it's very, very important for the community to take that interest.
Yes.
And help.
Because the communities are actually protecting themselves also. Because when you have a band of children doing that, say they get expelled from school and all this kind of thing, we in the community that pay for it later on, because they have to survive. They come in and they break open in new place, they thief in new thing, they do all kind of wrong things.
Well, as I said, it's an open system. You see, we get from the community and we give back to the community.
Yeah.
When they come to from the community to us, they come raw. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to be refined in school and go back to the community to make the contribution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Mr. Handel, it is 7 minutes to 10. I really got you this morning, huh?
Yeah, man, you ambush me on the streets, eh?
Well, this is my forte. I could ambush, but you did not downplay my ambush, and you accepted my ambush. So thank you very much for stopping by at Real FM and giving us all the information in reference to the 60th anniversary, how you deal with the stuff that is going on in the school, and how you are a strong person and you do not suffer from mental health issues and everything of that sort. Let's hope that a lot of us take a page from that book.
I exercise too. I forgot to tell you this.
Well, you're right. I'm on right after my heart.
Exercise
clears your mind.
Right, because when the day finishes and I go and I start to sweat.
Yes.
You sweating out the whatever it is that you had inside there.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for coming.
You're welcome, ma'am. It's a pleasure.
Yep. So let's see here.
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally here. Velma's Restaurant and Bar, located High Street, Sateras in St. Patrick. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. On the menu is roast bake, sawfish, and many, many mouth-watering items. Lunch is a close second, with items that can be grilled to your satisfaction. We have steamed fish and other seafoods too. For the health-conscious ones, we provide vegan and vegetarian dishes. Looking for something that will hit the spot? From 5 p.m. until close, come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
And just so we are back. That was a
good one. We are back for how long?
4 minutes. We have 4 minutes before our program ends, and it's good that we got Mr. Handel this morning to talk about it. And one thing that stuck with me is that teachers, spanking are still allowed in schools. Not everybody has the right to do it. He has to give them the permission. So parents out there who takes offense to your children being spanked in school when they do something wrong and you go cuss the teachers, think about it before you really do that. Because I don't think they'll just pick up your child and give them a spanking if they did nothing. Something must be going on. When you go to the school, find out what happens before you cuss down the teachers, because they are responsible for your child's education as well as you are. And what I know for a fact is when you do things like that, your child gets left behind. You don't want that happening.
Yeah, and the child suffers, man.
Yes.
Know? And they may wonder who gives them that right. As he said,
the law.
The Education Act provides for such.
Yes. So we have to think about a lot of things now. Basically, give us a lot of food for thought. And I know we didn't get a lot of calls because people tend to listen up when these things going on and it's interesting to them. So I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you that partook in the program this morning, whether you listened, whether you called in earlier. I'd like to say morning to Anastasia Patterson, Rhonda. She says it is very important to hear that teachers can still discipline their children via the strap or so. And another interesting thing that he said is that if you hit the girls are supposed to get hit in their hands
only,
and the boys in their buttocks and their hands.
Yeah.
So if you go the other way, like hit them across the back, and so that is stepping over the line.
Yeah.
So there is still rules. There are rules as to how a teacher or principal can discipline your child, and we ought to say thank you to the teachers and the principal doing that, because believe me when I tell you, we do need a lot more of what is going on in schools. And Mr. Andal he's like I said, no nonsense. He's going to do it the way he knows how to do it to get it done. And kudos to him and McDonald College. Every school has its thing. It's not perfect, but I have to say kudos to him for trying the way he did.
But the thing about it, as he rightly said,
you have 1 minute. Speak fast.
Well, you don't take away after that minute.
Speak.
Anyhow, I would just say, let me tell you what I'll speak about.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say thank you very much to the viewers and listeners for tuning in for yet another Tuesday on the mental health program.
And we'll see what we can develop next week based on the caller that called before to talk about the boys going in the rum shop and everything like that. It is a very important subject to bring up, and we'll work on that for next week. So thank you each and every one of you for partaking in our program this morning. It is 10 o'clock inside the studios of Real FM, and we'll be hitting news as we speak.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.